Welcome to the Nomad Network, your first stop for complete and comprehensive Chicago Bears football coverage. Dive deep into analyses, updates, and all things Bears. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today and never miss a beat. Thank you in advance for your support. We promise to bring you the best because together we're unstoppable. Go Bears.
Yo, No Maniacs. Welcome into another edition of, almost said some extra sauce. This is Nomad at Night. Man, where we do our best to cover the Bears front to back. And we're going to do that damn thing tonight again. You know what? Happy Mother's Day to everybody, for the moms that are here and the moms that are gone, man. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's a nice day out there, man. It was beautiful all day long. Tell you one thing, man. Barbecue grills everywhere are just, that's all I smell in the house right now, just barbecue grills. And I didn't have time really to do none of that today. I would have loved to do that, but my mom's was out, with doing a girls thing with all the moms in the world. They doing brunch and just hanging out, and that's cool, man. So we also have a special guest. My guy, Foul Mouth C from Chicago Clubhouse, is in the building. I haven't seen him. I ain't seen my man in about a year and a half almost. But welcome on in, you guys. We'll bring him in just a minute. But let me stop talking and give this bounce pass over to Kez because I know he ate too much today.
No, I ate just the right amount, man. I had myself a nice little steak, some salad, a little bit of white rice. That's it, man. No, nothing crazy. I did have a nice little dessert, which was some brownies with some strawberries and some sugar-free whipped cream. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it healthy. Oh man, it was a good. You know what I mean? I had a good little eats. The wife seemed happy. Like I said, we went grocery shopping. Took the whole fam out. She tricked me. She said, "Oh, we need some lettuce for the salad." And I was like, "All right, let's go." The next thing I knew, both my kids were in the car, and $100 later, you know what I mean? I was trying to spend like $10, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I was going there on the quick, you know what I mean? Grab some.
When's the last time you've been in the store and spent $10? Be honest.
You know what though? Like when it's me alone, when it's me alone, I can get to the store and get out in a respectable fashion. That's all I gotta say. All I know is I came out of there and everybody was looking at me to swipe the card. I was like, damn it, I was hoping somebody else was gonna take this.
I don't know what you're gonna get for $10 these days. You might get a
lettuce, dog.
bag of onions or something. Shit.
I'll get some lettuce, man. Lettuce costs like $3.99. That's it. That's all we needed. That's all I was trying to go to the store for some salad. Next thing I know, we had lettuce and God knows what. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with all the other stuff, but
salad.
Yeah,
salad.
Listen to you, man. What's up?
Man, I went to the store for some I got some more strawberries, right? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do some strawberry shortcake, but I don't like baking or making cakes or nothing like that. So it's like, oh shit, they sell the little sponge cake things like in the 2-pack.
Oh, so you just throw the strawberries on top. I know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Except they didn't have those.
Oh.
So I had to get these little things that are like French cannoli kind of things. Like pastry with the whipped cream on the inside. Then I just put the strawberries on top of that.
Okay, all right. So you thinking like so we had kind of the same kind of.
Hey man, keep your big ass away from the sweets, man.
Who, me or him?
Both of y'all.
I'm saying, like mine was that sugar-free whipped cream tied it all together. It's just fruits, a little bit of brownie. Like I'm talking like a little bit. It was a good little dessert, man. I'm quite pleased with my meal choice today. Protein, vegetables. little bit of white rice. Been trying to stay away from the carbs, but just a little bit of white rice won't put you in the early grave. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't even go down that aisle, man. Just
Man,
keep.
we did okay, man. I feel great today, man. Matter of fact, I've been feeling great for the last, I'm gonna say like last month and a half, almost 2 months. Just feeling like $1,000,000. So, I'm quite pleased. I'm gonna stay at it, stay with it, and keep vigilant, man. Because
You know what, man? Because this gonna tell. I'm bringing C on. What up, C?
C's got a mama too, man. What up, C?
It's gonna take forever, man. We gonna be cracking and shit all
Hey
over.
man, I'm back there laughing, man. Just laughing at y'all talking about bacon and sweets and desserts.
Man, what's going on, man? It's been too long, man. What you waiting?
Yeah, no, man. I'm in my bedroom because my wife
What's up,
got
Crooked?
her nieces over. My daughter's down there doing hair. The little man, he running the joint. So I just went and I said, all right, I'm just gonna go in the bedroom and do the podcast.
Man, this is Foul Mouth C from Chicago Clubhouse podcast, man. When is the last time you was here? It's been about a year and a half or something. I don't know. Wow,
I know it's definitely last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely last year, but yeah, it's
Do me a
been
favor,
a little
man.
minute, man.
Do me a favor. Make sure it ain't that damn long next time, man. Come on now.
Man, I'm gonna try to, man. Life be lifing. Then I got this little guy, man. He runs the whole crib. Oh my God.
How old is
it? 1.5.
Oh.
Okay.
That's precious right there, boy. But I know he
Yeah.
everything, boy.
Yeah. Me and my wife, we started over. We always laugh at the R. Kelly song, Stepping in the Lane of Love, talking about why we did it. We did it for love. That's why.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, snap.
You asked us why we did it. We did it for love. That's it.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you know what? 1.5 years old, man. Everything is, everything is curious about everything, man.
Man, taking tissue. Man, going in the sister's room, going in our room, flushing toilets, grabbing any and everything, dropping balls in the toilet, climbing on the table, dancing. I said, "Hey, boy, I'm like, what you trying to be a stripper?"
Man.
Oh, too much, man.
Don't give him no sweets, boy. It's over with.
Oh man, and his mama got a sweet tooth, so they be giving a little ice cream here.
Well, that might crash him out too, right? So it ain't terrible if you need him.
It
you know
ain't
what I mean?
crashing him out.
No. Oh damn.
Oh.
Okay.
You would think that's what it would do. Not with him. He fights his sleep. He that kid. Remember how we always was talking about when we was younger? You know, we got a little chick. We going over a crib. You know, she got the one little baby. Waiting for the baby to go to sleep.
Man.
And the little kid don't want to go to sleep. That's him.
Man, you don't want to go. You put on some cartoons and be like, look at the TV, and then you sit behind them with a blanket. You all good.
Man, I be trying that too. He love Alvin and the Chipmunks. He like what's her name? Miss Rachel. Right. He see her. I ain't never seen it, man. He light up like Christmas morning for that white lady, man.
Okay.
I think he gonna end up marrying a white woman when he get older.
I'm out the loop, man. I don't even know who Miss Rachel is. So who's Miss Rachel?
Body parts on her now. I mean,
is that like Mr. Rogers' niece or something?
Man, shit, you might as well say she is. As much money she making, man. She got all the little kids, man.
None with the littles. Oh, she ain't nothing.
Hey man, you know what I figured out? You know what I figured out about little kids, especially his size? Man, the Lion King got something in it, man. The old Lion King. It's that thing got something to it, man. There's something about that music when it come on.
Oh yeah,
mesmerized, man.
You know what? He don't like the Lion King though. He like Madagascar.
Okay,
that's close enough.
Yeah, it is. Hell, I know all 3 movies by heart.
Damn.
You should get him into some John Wick.
Oh, he'll watch it.
Well, you're a little bit early for John Wick, man.
Well, you got to train them young kids.
No. We ain't
trying to raise no psychopath. We already got you, man.
Hey, man. He be in there watching From.
Wow.
From. He watched From.
don't tell me nothing about it, man, because I'm saving it.
Man. Oh yeah. Have you seen any episodes?
I seen everything but this season.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you
I can't wait. I
got a
cannot
couple
wait, bro.
episodes to catch up on.
I probably ain't gonna be able to watch it till like sometime in June. I don't think probably be over around then or late this month.
Oh, so you one of them, huh? You wait for the whole season to be done and then you go
Yo,
watch it.
binge the
It
whole
ain't me,
thing.
man. It's my old lady, man. She like that, man. She got a binge, man, and that's just how she is, man. There's just suspense from week to week be tearing her ass up, man.
Hey, man, the things we do for love.
Man, bro. I am not like that, but gotta compromise sometimes. Man.
Yeah.
So, man, hopefully everybody's good in your house, man. Happy Mother's Day. Tell everybody in the
Happy Mother's Day to you all, to all your ladies, mamas, baby mamas.
Yeah,
baby mamas.
Baby mama.
Hey, you know what? Let's go and get this conversation started, man. Let me say a little something, man. So I told you guys for a while, man. I've said this a couple times. My mom's, you can only get your mother so much stuff before you just like. After a while, it's just like, what you gonna do? So you got to get a little creative. So luckily this year, man, my mother is so unconventional and ain't even funny. You know what she asked me for? A fucking sink.
A sink?
A sink.
That's very practical.
A specific one.
Specific. She even got specific with the specification.
A fucking cold something sink. And it's she just got that, new house that she rehabbing. That's a little passion is rehabbing houses. And she just wanted to sink. I'm just like, okay, simple enough. But I went and looked at it. That motherfucker like $400. I'm like, hold up. Man. I don't know, man. I went to I think Facebook got a good marketplace, man. If you ain't never really checked that out, man, it's a good reason. If you ain't even got no account, that's a good reason to get the account just so you can be browsing the marketplace, especially in this area, man. It's like a lot of good sales, man. You might have to travel a little bit to go scoop up something. You might see something in Tinley Park, Matson, but it'd be some nice, gently used stuff that you got gonna cost you probably 4 times less than what you was about to pay for in the store. So I eyeballed it, sent it to her. I ain't got nothing back yet, but I was trying to get it for the day, but she ain't said nothing back. So she gonna wait.
Well,
hey, gotta love Mom Dukes, man. My mama, she asked for a ceiling fan one year. I said, "Damn, Mom, everybody's like on central air now. You want a damn ceiling fan?" Okay.
It was dead serious once.
Dead serious. Like you said, showed me the ceiling fan that she wanted.
I got her one of them too, man, with Cabana fans on it one time.
I'm lucky, I guess. I got away with $100 and a meal. I'm doing all right.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's a good thing. At least your mother's birthday is not in the same month as Mother's Day, and they typically tend to fall on the same day.
Well, to put it this way, so first thing first, my mama passed away many years ago, but she's on April 27, which is like a week away from Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? So it used to be a problem. Now I just have to worry about my woman. And hey, $100 in the grocery store, a little bit of steak on the grill. I did pretty good, man. Y'all got actual handyman shit going on and a purchase. Damn,
man. I got mother. Mm-hmm. I got mother, wife, mother-in-law, all on Mother's Day. Mother-in-law birthday is on the 16th of May. Mother's birthday is on the 14th of May. And then my anniversary is on the 18th of May.
Hey, bro, I'll tell you one thing, man. I'd get comfortable with gift cards if I was you. Fuck that, man.
That's an investment right there. Yeah, my mother-in-law's actually Mother's Day as well. So real talk, like that ain't on me. You know what I mean? That's on my kids and everybody else. I don't really gotta be up in that. I'll say, hey, give her a kiss and all that. Happy Mother's Day, happy birthday. But I don't gotta really come out of pocket in that situation. So I try to
I bought mom's a cold ass little fit, man, like a little a little jogging suit. I was up in the air about getting it for a guy to the shoes and match that thing. And I was just like, all right, she opened this motherfucker. She gonna say something, but she effing dug it. So I guess she be like she starting a power walk with her homegirls and shit that be going to church with her. And I was right up her alley. I was just like, all right then. Yeah. She dug it. She still went. That was like 3 years ago.
Damn.
But yeah, man. Enough of that Mother's Day stuff, man. I got enough to think about as far as that goes, man. And give y'all a tip, man. I've been hearing a little information. So if you got a yard, even if you live in an apartment, but especially if you have a property, man, spray your grass with some flea and tick medicine. Because I'm hearing strange stuff about some diseases that these fleas might be carrying this year that ain't so good. I don't got all the information on it, but I heard enough to make me run and go to Amazon and grab me some stuff. I just sprayed my yard today. So if you want to know, just Google what I just said to you and see what you can find. But if you got any kind of property, whether you're at an apartment or you're in a home, man, you probably should spray at least your section if you're in an apartment.
See, I don't know. I mean, pets, sure, love, companionship, whatever the fuck. But, you look at pets getting up on the couch and then the bed, and it's like, what the hell's going on? And now you get the ticks or whatever yard stuff, but just in general, they're out there walking in their paws, stepping in other doggy stuff and their own stuff. And then they take a shit and then it's still on their fur and then they want to hop up in bed and snuggle with you.
Hey, hold on, Trips. We got some Mother's Day generosity. Yo, happy Mother's Day to Slimbo Boogie. He says, happy Mother's Day. You four were raised by beautiful, great women. Man, I made a personal, thank you, man. I made a personal, kind of universal card for social media with a little music to it that people loving it. But I made it kind of giving that sentiment, man. It's like, it says something about you when you think about it, you're talking about somebody that laid down to give you life. And with you in between life and death to give you life, and is still there and will give her life to protect yours. Now, think about how powerful that is. I said that in a nutshell. I didn't say that verbatim, but it's powerful when I think about my mom's, man, and the sacrifices she made. Man, yeah, you're right about that, man. I'm grateful for her every single day, man. Every single day, because without her, I don't know if I'd be here, man. Just her influence on my life, man. I'd have probably crashed out or been in the grave somewhere. Who knows, man?
Yeah, my mom been gone for over 15 years, so whatever.
I'm right there with you, man. But at the same time, I thought we were saying we're getting off this Mother's Day shit.
Well, I understand, fellas. I'm just, she left y'all. They left y'all with a lot. Just know that.
Oh,
but I appreciate you, Slimbo.
No question there, man. No question there. Big ups to all the moms out there. Shout outs. Hope you guys enjoyed your day and spent that time with your kids, with your significant others, and all that fun stuff. But let's get
what else. But anyway, and then people who have dogs. And then the dog passes, and then they get a puppy that looks just like that same dog the next
stop it, Trip, because I'm right there right now, man. My dog is me and Shorty talked about this a few times, man, because we have our dogs, Shorty at BCP, our dogs look almost identical, man. He showed me a picture of his dog, and I'm like, how old's your dog? And he's like 14, 15 years old. I'm like, oh, snap, in human years? So yeah. So mine's about the same.
Mm-hmm.
Our dogs are like 100. You know what I mean? They're like 105 years old, both of these dogs.
So you don't get a puppy that looks just like it?
I'm trying to never do the dog thing again. Like me and my brother-in-law were talking about this when we were watching the UFC fight on Saturday night. And he's like, he's like, 2 months. She'll have you getting another dog in 2 months. I'm like, bro, I don't even, you know what I mean? I'm not like, real talk. Everything you said before, Trip. So my dog don't go up the stairs. Straight up. He's trained not to go upstairs. I have never had my dog in my bed, not one time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really like quote unquote dog people. I have a dog. The dog lives here. You know what I mean? I love the dog. He loves me. But there are boundaries
He
and
knows his
rules.
place.
You know what I'm saying? You know your fucking role. That's how it works around here. He's cool as shit. I love the guy. But at the same time, you know, they trick me. You know what I'm saying? When I said that, they came in, it was like, oh yeah, daddy, we're gonna take care of the dog. We're gonna love the dog. We're gonna take him for walks. We're gonna feed him. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to have any responsibility in this situation. That is not how this situation rolled out at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I take the dog for walks. I feed the dog. I do all the dog shit. And I really didn't sign up for any of this. I didn't want, you know what I mean? I didn't want this. So now we're getting to that spot where it's like, you know, we love you. We'll take good care of you. Make sure that, you know,
Deuces.
as you go, everything's okay.
Peaceful journey.
I'm really not trying to do this thing again, man. Like, I'd love it if I sat on my couch upstairs in my living room and didn't have to like lint brush my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love that. But that's not where I'm at right now. So we'll see how it goes. Like I'm saying, he hasn't been doing good this last couple of weeks, and we're worried, man. But if push comes to shove, I really don't want to go down that road again.
Well, Trip, stop talking about it, man, because you're just gonna end up being a long ass conversation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what?
Take him to Chinatown, kick him out.
Okay.
Man, see, that's what I mean, man. Psychopathic, man. I'm pretty sure Trip's a psychopath, man. I'm sure. I was a little on the fence before today, but I'm sure.
Now you think that
soy sauce? Yeah.
No,
damn.
See, that's just fucked up all the way around. I'm glad I put that parental advisory up there because you something else, man. All right, yeah, I'll tell you what, man. This is what we're gonna do, man. I got a couple of little storylines to talk about real quick, and then we can get into a general conversation about the whole Bears thing after we do. It's just a couple, little conversations real quick. Let me slide us over here and pull up the first thing we need to talk about, and that is we signed a receiver, man. I'm gonna just shut up and let you guys take off on what y'all think about this move right here. Scotty Miller is now a Bear.
I don't even know really what to say about this one, to be honest with you.
Well, hang on for 1 second before you get that thought, because Slimbo is being extremely generous today, and we're gonna show him some love back, man.
All right, throw this up.
Shout out to Slim for another $5 super chat. He says, when you start talking football, I think the Bears have a gold jacket Hall of Fame coach in Ben Johnson. On defense, Dennis Allen and Al Harris, 2 junkyard dogs. Man, dude, I hate that. I don't want to sound like I'm jumping the gun right now, but I think you're right, man. If the trajectory stays the same, they're definitely on that path, on that way. If the way Ben Johnson coaches and his hunger for excellence and winning, man, that shit is contagious, man. So you on to something right there, Slim. Go ahead, kid.
No, hey, like I can't even touch that. Like that is where, look, my personal view of this year's draft isn't like it was an A+ draft. I'm just gonna put that out there publicly. I've done it. I've said it before. But what flips that for me is my faith in actually this coaching staff. I don't think we've had a coaching staff like this since Dick and Buddy Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we do, I believe in these guys. I think regardless as to what I think about the draft, it worked out. So we'll see how everything fares. I think we might, like, Hall of Fame is saying a lot after year 1, but even then, I believe in these guys, man. For the first time, I can say that about the Chicago Bears coaching staff. It's been a long time, man, since I've been able to say that. Maybe Lovey, Lovey and his staff is pretty decent, but even then, look how far.
Think about this, kids. Think about it like this. We are now. I mean, we have had so many heavy offensive conversations. This team is on the trajectory of being one of the number 1 teams in the league when it comes to scoring. I'm telling you right now, I told y'all during the season, I said, when they get done putting the pieces, assembling everything they want for this team, and I think they're there, this is going to be a 40 burger waiting to happen every week. We talking about offense in Chicago, bro.
You're talking about what? You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't never had this conversation before. I'm messing around, but you know what I'm saying. Like this is a different thing. Courtesy of Ben Johnson, this is a different thing. We've had some defensive geniuses at the helm, over the course of the last damn near 50 years, with the slight exception of maybe Matt Nagy for a couple of years, and that just did not pan out the way everybody was hoping. So here we go, another wide receiver. Scotty Miller's in the building, and if I'm like, didn't Scotty Miller play with
Tampa Bay?
Did he play with Tampa Bay? Didn't he play with Tom Brady for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a ring down there.
Yeah, he did. So, like Scotty Miller don't impress me, but at the same time, he kind of does, because he's sort of that. He was sort of in Tampa Bay. He was sort of the Julian Edelman, as in that safety blanket wide receiver. Every quarterback kind of needs that check down safety blanket wide receiver on the field that you can just hit when things go a little bit sideways, and sometimes when things are going the right way. So,
hey, let me give you a defensive before you go. Let me give you a defensive standpoint from when you look at Scotty Miller on tape. A corner or safety can tell when a receiver is good at knowing how to. Like, he'll know the coverage before he gets into his route, and he'll trim a route given the coverage. If you got a safety playing a little bit high on a let's just say a curl route in the flat, he's gonna widen that curl a little bit, and then when he's got one that's playing a little bit tight, he cuts that thing a little bit more. So he trims the route according to what he sees in the coverage. And that's something that don't get talked about a lot. Savvy as a receiver, savvy in his route running, savvy at knowing exactly what the coverage is and how to trim a route and adjust on the fly. It's going to help not only himself, but also the quarterback once he sees the window. It might be a smaller window if he has to cut it short. So ball's going to come out a little bit quicker, and he knows it. And so you trim the route that way. So that's the kind of savvy I'm talking about with Scotty Miller as a route runner, man. Something you got to watch tape enough to see, man. I'm telling you, he's pretty good.
Well, and also he's not a rookie. He's a veteran. He's got a ring. He played with Tom Brady. He's been around a few times, so he's a pro. He's a veteran. He's still fast. He's still short. I'm not sure the love affair with all these 5'8", 5'9" receivers, but whatever. They run in 4.2s, 4.3s, so they fast. What they lack in height, they make up for in speed and craftiness. But Ben Johnson, what he wants is what Ben Johnson gets. If Ben Johnson says, hey, I need a veteran slot receiver, who can come in and do what professionals need to do while, the young guys get up to speed, cool. If he needs a crap ton of tight ends, cool. But my question is, why was Scotty Miller a veteran tryout as opposed to just a free agent signing?
Because they want to just get him in there and take a look at him. Probably some, scout, coach, agent conversation. It's like, that kind of stuff happens behind the scenes. It's like agent gives somebody a call, hey, man, this, that, and the third, man, can he get a tryout with you guys? He could have just stayed on the market and waited until camp and somebody picks him up, but he might have had the intention to come here. Could have went down something like that, and they was like, all right, let's get you in the building. Let's take a look at him when we get the rookies in here. Let's see what that looks like, and then everything checks out, and then we'll offer you a contract.
Because the word was that he was in Detroit previous, and then he came to the Bears and got signed by the Bears. So, if Ben Johnson wants him, sees how he can fit, welcome aboard, Mr. Miller. Welcome aboard.
What say you? See, you've been awful quiet, man. What you think about this?
Oh man, I just been sitting back, listening, taking it in. What you guys talk about? I think he's gonna be a depth piece Someone stated in the chat that he's going to probably be the 5th or 6th wide receiver, which is probably true.
Mhm.
You know, they didn't. It's not like they signed him for a lot of money. I think he's a guy that, like you said, he's going to have 7 years in the NFL. So he's a veteran that knows how to read defenses, knows when they're going in his zone, know exactly where to be. He's 5'9", so you can already tell that he's going to be in the slot position. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with the new kid Thomas that they got. I don't think that he's going to start right away, but you know, he may be a mentor for him. Show him, you know what I'm saying, at that position right there, how to get in and out of routes, how to become a professional, what to look for and everything. So, I mean, it's a decent signing to me. I'm not expecting no big yards or big plays from him this year, but I expect him just to be a nice little depth piece.
Slim Bo, what it do, Slim Bo?
Show him some love again, man.
Doing that.
Shout out to Slim. Anybody, thank you again, man. Anybody want to read that super chat? Feel free.
Yeah, I got it, man. Slimbo Boogie with a $10 super chat says this: Ben Johnson philosophy is win now. No time for a slow cooked soup. When Ben arrived in Chicago, he said, win now and beat Green Bay twice. Word up. You damn straight he did. I like slow cooked soup. I just want to put that out there. It's real good. But at the same time, man, the homie came over and he whooped Green Bay. So he just needs to keep that up, and I think he's gonna win hearts and minds, man. That's it.
You know what, man? When he said the words that he thinks they can win right now, I think people probably thought of that as, okay, what else is he going to say? You know, but when you come from a style and a system that produces really, really good results, he felt like we had the pieces here to produce really good results, and he turned out to be right. It was just about really the learning curve, which is one of the reasons why Scotty Miller is here, so that Xavier Thomas can get around that learning curve. They're buffering the situation. So, you know, if guys don't get it right away and they ain't really acclimating to the system, they know this guy knows NFL offenses, because they all run the same stuff. It's the same West Coast stuff with different verbiage to it. And so they know this guy will trim the learning curve a whole lot quicker than Xavier. And when Xavier gets there, Xavier will trim this guy's minutes a whole lot, because the same thing that happened with Luther this year. Same thing.
Shout out Ron Winarski, man. Ron Winarski, you out there. You ain't blocked. You're coming up live and direct on the feed right on the show. So there's that. Like as far as Scotty Miller is concerned, I don't like, you know, Fal, you kind of nailed it, man. I don't see anything really special or spectacular coming out of this particular sign. I think this is much more depth, veteran conversation to help the young bucks figure out their position in on this team. Xavier Thomas, though, I think he's going to cut his teeth in special teams first. I think that's where, like, we've got, like, with him, I think it's Squirrel. Is it Squirrel? Like, we've got two cats who are running, like, potentially.
Yeah, Squirrel, Omari. Those are the UDFAs.
Like 4.
Right, hold it up.
Yeah, Slimbo.
Keep showing the love, bro.
Yeah, man. Another $2 super chat from Slimbo Boogie. Xavier certified SEC baller. And that's it. Like, he's just in return capacity alone. Like, who are you going to kick the ball to? Like, this cat runs 4.28 and the other cat runs 4.28. So you kind of cooked regardless as to who you're kicking the ball to. Now just blazing speed is about to hit you. So we'll see how that pans out. I think it's a good look just to get these young bucks on the field. After that, it's really a question of learning to play the way that Scotty Miller plays, the way that Khalif Raymond plays, as far as Ben Johnson's scheme is concerned. And those are the two guys who are sort of going to show these young bucks what's what. End of the day, if it transfers the right way, I think I think we wind up getting a heavy dose of Xavier Thomas, just a little bit closer to midway through this season, but definitely in special teams early.
Hey, see, you know what else I love about this cat? he knows his size, man. He is not afraid to eat some dirt. He gets that ball and he's eating that dirt, man. He's getting down, especially when he's in traffic areas, man. He's getting his ass down.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that showed up on tape. And that's just smart. That's just called self-preservation.
Yeah, you ain't gotta be no dummy. You ain't gotta play hero ball and sit up there and take a hit when it's unnecessary. Get your ass down.
Probably probably one of the lowest in the league at yards after catch, man, because he ain't playing no games. He's getting to the next game and getting the next check.
Yeah. Shout out to Squalls too, Corn Squalls. He also stated that this is a kid that's Chicago land based. You know, he's from Barrington, Illinois.
Barrington,
He's from Barrington, Illinois. So, you know, like Squall said, this could be a dream come true to play for, you know, your childhood team. Also, we got to remember, as Kez said earlier, you got Luther Burton, Rome Odunze, you got Xavier Thomas, you got Ja'Day Walker. None of these guys are really veterans. They ain't been in the league. What the oldest guy that's been in the league, what 2 years, 3 years? It'd be Rome with 3.
It'd be Rome, yeah.
You know? Exactly. So you need a guy like a Scotty Miller. You need a guy like a Raymond, you know what I'm saying, to bring that veteran presence there. Because not too many teams going to do good when you just got at a particular position nothing but young cats that haven't really experienced too much in the league.
Also, man, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he can sub for punt returner. At least, I think he's a punt returner as well.
Oh, Scotty?
Yeah.
He can do it. He's done it in the past. I don't see him doing it for the Chicago Bears.
I think he'll probably be third.
Don't be surprised.
Third on that list.
Yeah, I think he might be even a little bit further than that. But
oh yeah.
I think because he grew up in the Chicagoland area. I think that's why he went to Detroit and didn't sign and went to the trial with Chicago first with signing here in mind. I think he kind of favored playing at home, man, and that's always a cool thing. Look at what we get out of guys like Cole Kmet. Anyways, I think that's a cool story at the very least. What it do, ATF? We'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it works out on the field with Mr. Miller. But I like watching him in the past. I understand what he is, and he's required from a safety blanket perspective. So I'll just put that out there. We'll see how and whether they really actually utilize Scotty Miller.
All I know is I do not want to see Khalif Raymond out there in preseason receiving punts and kicks.
No.
1 year old. I don't want to see that, man. I think that's part of the reason, man. You got to get some of these other guys in there to get some of that work in there.
Yeah, it won't be Khalif. Like that's what we thought when they signed him. You know what I mean? He's got special teams capabilities. Maybe he'll be back there doing that. No, that's what Xavion's here for. He's going to cut his teeth right there. I think Squirrel will too. If Squirrel continues on the trajectory, I think he'll continue on to. I think they're going to keep those two guys back there handling those special teams duties and let these guys really, own that slot position and teach the slot position in Ben Johnson's offense as we move.
All right, we got a couple other storylines to talk about. So did you guys get Dennis Allen's press conference when he spoke about upcoming season? Did anybody get a chance to see that?
I watched it, but I must have missed when he was talking about this guy. I didn't notice him really say anything about this guy. What did he say?
Well, what have I been saying all since we've got Dio? What's the main thing I've been saying, kids, about where he plays best?
Oh, well, you've been saying he's better at the DT position than he is on the edge, no? Or is it the other way around?
Yeah. I mean, not to say that he can't. He can get down over there on the edge. I mean, but I think his best reps came from interior, from the DT spot. And I think what I heard was Ben Johnson kind of alluded to those words in a way. I think a reporter asked him a question. And again, man, Dio's coming off of Achilles. There was quite a few questions about him and, what kind of readiness is he going to be come the season. And he was kind of vague with it because they won't know. They will not know what Dio can bring to the table until they put the pads on. he might look really good running around right now. But until they put pads on him and he's in a padded environment and hitting for an extended period of time, putting pressure on the joint, we won't know what Dial's going to be able to bring us for this year. It's the only way to know. And so, if that's them kicking him inside and letting some other people getting more reps on the outside, like Shamar or somebody like that, who is also coming back from a major injury, so be it. But I think kicking him inside is kind of probably a protection measure against, all the criticisms that's going to come if he's not right at edge, in my opinion. Well, give C a chance. We've been
man. See, what do you think, man?
When it comes down to day, I never quite thought about it like that before you said that, Nomad, about him possibly, them moving him inside to like saving face for him on the outside. Also, we got to remember that Achilles injury is a very significant injury. Actually, it's worse than having an ACL because, that Achilles injury, a lot of people lose their explosiveness from that Achilles injury because of so much power and torque that you're using, pushing off of that foot. So I'm anxious to see what he's going to do. We may get him back by the beginning of the season. I don't know. I know they're paying his ass a lot of money. I know that. So they're gonna have to find a way. But then you kind of think about it. All right, you kick him inside. Who losing time? Is it Grady?
There you go.
Is it my man Dexter? Who led the DTs and sacks last year with 6? While people poo-poo on Dexter all the time. Shit, 6 sacks from a DT is a good season.
Yeah. Say that one more time, so people come on to the front of the congregation, y'all.
All right, come on. 6 sacks from your defensive tackle is a good season. I don't care. People got this perception like I've heard people talk about Montez Sweat. Oh, Montez, yeah, he had 10 sacks, but were they significant? Every time you get a fucking sack, it's significant. Period.
Damn straight.
Every time you get a sack, if it's 2nd down and 9 and you get a sack and make the quarterback lose 6 yards, guess what it is? 3rd down and 15. Just that simple. That's a significant sack. That means they got to go 15 yards to get a 1st down. Not that, it happened at the end of the game. It happened right there when they were driving down. It doesn't matter. It's still fucking significant. A sack is fucking significant no matter when you get it because it's a loss of yards. It's just that simple, people.
You know what? See, I think who is probably, and give me a second so I can show Slim some love real quick again. Mm-hmm. 1 second. There goes Slim with the $2 super chat with some respect for Dex.
Yeah.
And I do think, and I'm going to be honest now, just because of the log jam at the tackle, I think he's going to see more nose tackle reps. And I think that's okay too, because he can handle that. You know what I mean? He'll be fine at that. And just remember that when you start asking, okay, we kick Dio inside, who's going to miss some reps? And it's more than likely going to be an aging Grady Jarrett. To be honest,
no, I don't think that's who it is at all.
I'm telling you, that's who it's going to be. They're going to save Grady a little bit.
I don't. Reason I'm saying I don't think that's who it is because Grady Jarrett had a shitty season last year, mainly because he was hurt and he was nursing. He was nursing an injury. Once that kind of started to taper off towards the end of the season, we started to get to see Grady Jarrett for real. And there were times where he looked like easily the best defensive tackle we had. Many snaps. So I'm just hoping Grady Jarrett has the opportunity to sort of get back into camp this season. Well, healthy, right? If we get a healthy Grady Jarrett.
I think you're looking at the wrong way. When you got an aging defensive tackle, that's a dog. That's a dog. And you know what he can do when he's rested, and you don't have to put him out there for extended reps. He's just that much better. And so it's not a slight against Grady at all. It's just knowing the situation.
Well, less of it being a slight to Grady, more of it to me being potential that Shamar Turner doesn't see the field. Like something like we should really take a bit of a closer look at that room, because they just brought a whole bunch of bodies into that room. If they're going to take their snaps too, this is an interesting conversation. You know what I'm saying? So Dale, Dex, Grady, Neville Gallimore, Street. I'm probably slipping on 3 or 4 people. So
Dangbo, Vandenberg, Garvin, Hardy, Martin, Loving, and Chroma.
Okay.
Damn.
Hey, Slim is kicking y'all's ass. Right on. Lead the trips. Thank you again, Slim, with the $2 super chat. Feel free.
Right on.
Brothers, good off-season talk. I want to hear opinions. You about to get some right now.
Yeah.
So because now we don't even have to seriously write Grady into the equation right now, because nobody knows exactly his trajectory right now.
What do you mean by that?
We fussing about something that's not, it's kind of irrelevant right now, because we just don't know when he's going to be ready. He's coming off of a serious, like C said, that's
who's Grady or Dale?
Shout out to Go Blue.
Damn, Go Blue coming in hot,
man. Y'all keep bringing
1985, bro.
Lord knows we need
$50 super chat, not even a comment.
Go Blue 58. Thank you, Blue. Thank you so much. He's always in the comment section. Me and him are always talking in the comment section. And he's got great opinions on any of the breakdowns that we have about these guys, man. So every now and then, y'all check in there and see what he's talking about. So we appreciate you, man, for the love.
Well, first of all, I like the name, period, because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great.
I'm glad you could see that, man.
Oh, definitely, man. National champ in basketball. Just did it 2 or 3 years ago in football. Damn. Hey, the best university when it comes down to having teams great in both sports. And that's not even, I ain't even talking about hockey, where they make the Frozen Four damn near every year. But that's a story for another day.
I almost went there, man, but it was a little too close to home. It was a little too close to home. I just wanted to get away from home, and it was a little too close.
Yeah.
I always loved Michigan colors and uniforms. I was in love with that shit when I was a kid, man, coming out of high school. I almost went there just because of that. But like if Michigan was 100 miles east of there in some other state, I probably would have went, or west of there or something. I probably would have went. But Michigan was one of my favorites coming out of high school.
Man, been a fan since I was 7 years old, brother.
Man, you gotta love what they doing down there, man. And they ain't gonna just because Harbaugh gone don't mean nothing, man. They gonna get right back to where they're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, Dusty May, second year.
What up, Dwayne?
Second year.
Welcome everybody. Y'all come on in, y'all. But again, the Dial injury, I want to put emphasis on what C said about how major of an injury that is. You realize how thick the Achilles tendon is and how much, that's just to take care of the the wound has to heal correctly first. That's number one before you can even get to the point where you can put pressure on it. And that's a trial period, man. So the scar tissue, just getting that part over with, it's going to take a long ass time. Yeah. I know a couple cats that went through the Achilles stuff, athletes, man. And it takes a while, man, to not only for the injury to heal itself, but for them to get confidence pushing off of it consistently. You know what I mean? So that part's got to happen. So I think the Dial conversation to me is
well, here's the thing though with Dial. Excuse me. First of all, it's his second Achilles injury. And this happened November 2025. And even with the advances in the medical tech and the rehabbing, it takes a good year to get back healthy and playing, with some kind of vigor, some kind of explosion off the ball. And that's not the beginning of camp, so are we, no matter how much Dennis Allen is going to coach him up better or put him in better positions, physically, we don't know that he can handle the whole weight until he actually does.
Right.
So it's hard to project what I think he could be or want him to be, because got to see if he's healthy first. That's where it all starts.
Got to get his confidence back up first.
I don't know where I am with this particular player, because Paul's put a bunch of money in Grady Jarrett coming here, put a bunch of money in him coming here. Right now, potentially they're playing the same position. He then drafted Shamar pretty high. He'll be playing that same position. Then he went into free agency and got a whole bunch of other guys to play that same position. I don't know how this shakes out by the time we whittle down to 53, but there's no way all those bodies stay on the team.
It's gonna be. It might be. Don't be surprised if there's some kind of movement, some kind of shuffle, some kind of, could be a trade. Something happens. Anything could happen. But it's a logjam in that defense at defensive tackle. To me, since we're talking about Dio, I do think that it's a wait and see thing for us, man. And I know a lot of fans is just like, hey, man, we paid him a lot of money. I want results. But these are real. These ain't army men you got out of Walmart and they plastic. These are real people, bro. These are real people. I want results too, but I know how to be realistic about the whole thing.
Remember JJ on the field last year playing hurt when he couldn't run? You see how that turned out.
No, that's facts. I'm not asking for results though.
I ain't talking about a trade for a Dio. I'm talking about some other pieces they might have around.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: when it comes down to Dio, if I was a betting man, which I can be from time to time,
on Saturday, bro. Hell yeah.
I wouldn't expect him to be on the squad after past this year. Like you said, you're talking about a guy that's coming off of 2 Achilles injuries. He's an effort guy. It's not like he has moves and super athletic or anything like that. He's an effort guy. So you're not going to see too much explosion from him. That Achilles injury is so significant that, it's going to we probably won't even see what he can somewhat be until probably like middle of the season. So I don't really expect. And then they're kicking Shamar Turner to the outside, which he did play 2 years at Texas A&M. It's just that his last year at Texas A&M, he played the DT position, but he did play the defensive end at Texas A&M. When it comes down to Javon Dexter, or you want to go ahead and hit that super chat again?
Yeah, I know you don't know the rules, but every time we see super chat,
yeah. Go ahead, hit it up.
All right. Give me a second. Let me find it. I got you, Slim. I had my mouse went dead on me. But Slim with another one, $2 super chat. He says Bears are repeating as NFC North winners. I don't see nothing in the way of that, man. Detroit's out there, but I think Detroit's a declining team, bro. And I've been saying that for a year, and I meant it. And they did decline as a team, man. But I agree with that, man. I think we are runaway favorites, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely.
But go ahead, see, man. We interrupted you. Go ahead, man.
No, it's all good. Hey, super chats, man. Super chats get to talk. They get whatever it is that they want. So
the bills paid.
They like Ben Johnson. They get what they want. Ain't that what we saying on here?
Well, it sounds like some of these guys who ain't super chatting and saying Dale was washed. That's what this conversation
was. That's hard to argue with, man.
Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, like I said, Javon Dexter. The Bears drafted Javon Dexter. One thing that we know about Javon Dexter, and this was even at his time in Florida, the Florida DTs are read and react DTs. They're not guys that's explosive off the ball. Just like I don't understand why Minnesota took Caleb Banks. You look at him, he's sort of like Javon Dexter. He's a guy, he's not quick off the ball. They'll read and react. Javon Dexter will probably serve best at the nose tackle position because he's so big. You think about it, he lost weight. He actually cut weight and put on more muscle so he can get really down in that 3 technique, which he was drafted for the Matt Eberflus defense, not for the Dennis Allen defense. And then you got to think about it. They talk about a motivated, I keep hearing this phrase, the motivated Dio, where you got a motivated Dexter because this is his contract season.
He's on contract season. You damn straight. You keep going, pal. You keep going, brother. You're saying all the shit I normally say.
Hey, see, you must have. See, I said the exact words during the draft, kids and trips. I remember when Caleb Banks was drafted. I thought he was getting drafted way too high.
Way too high.
And and I said, people asked me about him during the draft process, and I was just like, it's like the same as we already got Caleb Banks in Javon. I said those exact words. So it's good to know that somebody from another podcast is seeing the tape in the same way. Y'all forgive me, y'all. It's people blowing up stuff on Mother's Day, man. It's fireworks going on. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, that's all good.
Oh, that ain't gunshots. You're doing all right, man. It's okay.
Y'all ready for
I didn't even hear it until you said something.
That's this MacBook must got some kind of noise.
Noise filtration. Yeah.
That's something. Yeah. Smashing out the noise, but that was loud, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
And one last thing I wanted to talk about as far as Dexter. There's all this talk about what's his name? What's the boy name over there at Philadelphia? Carter?
Jalen Carter.
Yeah. They play very similar. Their stats are very similar. But yet one has been to 2 Pro Bowls, which I don't know how the hell he made 2 Pro Bowls with his stats. And the other hasn't made a Pro Bowl, but I think he's only, a half a sack behind him? With a hell of a lot less fanfare because all you about Jalen Carter. And I'm not impressed.
Hey, Jalen Carter, man. One of the things, if I was to be somebody that could be a little birdie in his ear, I would tell him, bro, you better start lifting your head up when he just goes in head first. He's crashing helmets, man. He might be an early case of CTE. I mean, he don't have no regard for his head health, man, because the way he crashes into guys, like with his head, he leads with his head every single play, bro. Every single play. You have to watch that tape to know what I'm talking about. But he was that at Georgia. He's that in Philadelphia. And that's not good, man. People don't realize how much these guys, not only during the games, but how much they do that in practice too. They just constantly clanging heads, blam, blam, blam. And I worry about the young cat, man. I'm just being honest. I know he ain't no bear, but I'm just talking about from, ex-player to current player. Like, that's kind of worrisome, man. I don't like to see that.
Patrick Higgins says maybe that's why he spit on Dak Prescott.
He already had crazy. His ass already have crazy shit. Yeah, man. Fireworks, man. Y'all want to get into it? Go ahead.
I was just saying, I love what Fal was saying about Javon, man, and I'm a little bit worried about the Javon Dexter situation as a whole. But you're right. Like, I think you kind of want to give him you want to give him the benefit of the doubt and the opportunity to fail. He should be getting the bulk of the snaps, period. And if that's a case scenario, the upside is potentially you have your 3 tech of the future, especially if you can prove it in contract year, right? My mindset ain't really on this particular guy at all. There's just a whole bunch of money here, and we can't really bet the farm on anything that's going to happen with him.
Well, that's to close out on this area. It looks like Dex, he's a decent player, but this is his contract year for a staff that didn't draft him. So I think he's in the same position as, Tyreek Stevenson, as all of the players from the Flush regime that are still here in their contract years. And now, being pushed by Vandenberg or Loving or somebody big who can, play in the middle at Javon Dexter's position is going to be, either motivation or heat pushing him or, somebody going for his spot. And if he doesn't fit, with what Dennis Allen wants to do, hopefully, when he goes away in free agency, he signs a big contract elsewhere and it could help with the comp situation. So this is a make or break it year for Javon Dexter, basically. Let's see. Slim Boogie with another $2 super chat. Good looks. Say Javon will be 25 October 5th. A lot of experience. Yeah.
That's still young, man. That's still very young for
going into a second contract. Yeah, that's not old at all.
Not whatsoever. Good point.
But I haven't heard Dennis Allen or Ben Johnson or anybody say Javon Dexter's name specifically at all this offseason. They brought up Dale, they brought up Shamar, maybe because of the injuries. But I've heard him talk about the free agents. I've heard him talk about the athleticism of the Vandenberg, but not once has Dexter's name come out of anybody's mouth that I heard.
Hey man, it is really what they say, and it's his contract year. Prove it. That's really what it is. That's all it is to it. And, all this skepticism about him, you go to the wayside. All you got to do is ball out. That's all you got to do. But that's that conversation. Let's get to the next one. There should be plenty of conversation here because this guy is also. We talked about him before on the last show. But see, you wasn't here, man. Another guy coming off a major injury, Terrell Smith. And he just got a huge favor by Zay being cut from the team. That happened less than 24 hours after we were just here talking about it, kids. Me, Kids, and Trips was just here talking about it. Less than 24 hours later, Zah Frazier was waived. But that being said, now is wide open. Really, it is wide open for Terrell Smith, for Malik Muhammad, for Tyreek Stevenson to battle for that second spot. That cornerback 2 spot. What you think, man?
See, we'll throw this one at you. See, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, I'll tell you like this. I'm actually a fan of Terrell Smith.
Me too.
To be honest with you, to me, Terrell Smith is the better corner than Tyreek Stevenson. The only thing is that Terrell Smith can't stay healthy.
Say that shit again.
If he was healthy, we wouldn't really be talking about Tyreek Stevenson. We'll be talking about Terrell Smith. Terrell Smith is just as good in coverage. I want to say he's a better tackler than Tyreek Stevenson is. To me, he seems like he's bigger. Looks like he has better hands too. But unfortunately, the young man can't stay healthy. I don't know what it is. And it's like that as the defense as a whole. I know people, and this is going a little bit off track, but I'm still come back to it. People have been talking about, what the Bears didn't do in the offseason as far as addressing the defense and what they didn't do in the draft as far as addressing the defense. Well, I'll tell you like this. They keep saying, oh, man, the defense still going to be bad. The defense is going to be better than it was last year if they can fucking stay healthy. Just health alone, the defense is going to be better.
Right about that.
But he has to be one of the key cogs to the defense being healthy. I see a lot of potential in this young man, but if he don't stay healthy.
Well, I'll go next, kid, since we're going up now.
That's okay.
Terrell Smith, when he's on the field, it's like, okay, yeah, Smitty's making a play. Now he's being carted off. We got Terrell Smith. Oh, he got mono. He ain't gonna be playing. Oh, Terrell Smith. Oh, he's hurt. It's like, nah, bruh. The what is it? The best ability is availability, and he ain't never available. So he's on that, bubble year contract. The opportunity's there, but he's not somebody that I would count on as a coach because he hasn't proven reliable whatsoever being able to stay on the field.
Hey Trips, I talked to my one of my old coaches. One of my old coaches was Falcons tight ends coach, and I went up there to Flowery Branch to talk to him, and we had I was in there for like 3-4 hours. We was just in there rapping, man, and some of the stuff that he said, it's funny how these conversations trigger the thoughts of some of the stuff he was saying. Like one of the things he told me, he's like, what the hardest thing is for a rookie? I just I started spitting out shit. He's like, no. He's like the whirlwind of coming from college, having a college football body, and the whirlwind of being drafted, doing all the stuff that you got to do to get drafted. Next thing you know, you're in the NFL mini camp. Next thing you know, you're in the NFL training camp, and you're never really able to get your body to repair and get ready for NFL physicality for that many games. And so when he said that, I had to think about that for a second. And I was just like, you know what, you're right. Like he said, like if a guy gets hurt in his first year as a rookie, he's going to be playing an uphill battle. It's going to be fighting an uphill battle from that point on until he can get healthy. Until he can get healthy, you will never really see what you saw on tape at college because he's going through the whirlwind of being drafted and all you put your body through to do that. And now you get hurt in your initial camp coming into the league, and now they've brought in another couple of guys since they've drafted you. Now you really got to fight. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, thank you, Trip, for bringing that up because it just triggered that thought, and that's real. I think that's what Terrell Smith is going through right now. Exactly that.
I have sort of a sideways worry about this conversation because again, I like Terrell and I can't argue with what either Fowl or Triple R have said so far. Right. He's got the injury bug. Attrition is an issue with him. I think there might be a bigger situation with this Bears secondary, and we're gonna have to watch it as it plays out. We know Kyler Gordon lives in the slot, one of the top 5 slot defenders, period, in the NFL, like in my opinion. This young kid, Muhammad, man, they've been playing him in the slot for the last little bit since he's been at rookie camp. And to my understanding, he's really showing out in the position. He's looking good in the position. Where do y'all think I'm going with this part of the conversation? Right. So I'm going to the more obvious look here now. Maybe they play the young draftee in the slot and they move Kyler out to the wing.
Dog, that ain't gonna happen, man. Look,
why not?
They're cross-training Malik at slot corner. That is not his strong suit, bro. Trust me when I tell you he's a boundary corner, but they have to cross-train him all. So in case they get a little light at any position, you feel comfortable putting a guy in to supplement. He is not going to be no slot cornerback. Trust me when I tell you.
Okay. You're the corner. You would know.
You know what? I actually agree with you on that, Nomad. And the reason why I say that is because one thing about Malik Muhammad, he got toasted a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's not going to be the type of guy. He's not a Kyler Gordon type of guy where he can sit up there and be on those quick wide receivers. Like you said, he's a boundary corner, which is going to help him. And most of his scouting report is that, he's more of a zone corner than he is a man-to-man corner. Now, the reason why I wouldn't trade him with Kyler Gordon is because for the simple fact that I'm going to go into our secondary. You got a guy in Kyler Gordon that's quick. He's fast, good instincts, good tackler, and good at coverage. You got Kobe Bryant, fast, good instincts, good in coverage, good tackler. Then you got your rookie, Thiemann, fast, good in coverage, good instincts, and also a good tackler. The thing that Dennis Allen likes about it is because those three guys alone are a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know which one of them gonna come. Kobe Bryant is good at blitzing. So it's them. And when we looked at him in college, and we know Kyler can get down.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to be, like you said, they were bringing in Terrell Smith. He's going to have to learn to do some covering the slot, and Malik Muhammad doing the slot too. Because remember, when Kyler Gordon was hurt, hell, you had Josh Blackwell playing the goddamn slot. Because we were that damn decimated at the cornerback position.
And that didn't last long.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong making sure everybody gets equal, at least some reps out there. They feel comfortable with the play calls. They know what to do if asked. And so that's just called being thorough at making sure you got proper training going on. You know, them coming into you heard Dennis Allen and actually it was what's the offense coordinator, Press Taylor, talking about it. You got to think about it this way. When you had a new regime coming in, they were just they were more focused on the install, making sure they got the play calls right and got everything together as far as that goes. And some of the stuff that falls by the wayside is making sure that everybody gets equal training at all the positions that you might need them at. All that kind of stuff, technique stuff it falls by the wayside, and you become a little less efficient at what you do because you are so focused on making sure everybody understands the plan. You know, you making sure you covering everything in walkthroughs. You don't realize you ain't done no reps. You know, you might want to stick Tyreek, get him some safety reps. You might have wanted to throw him down in the slot and say you wanted to put a big package back there or something. But you were so busy trying to make sure everything was installed correctly, everybody understood the calls. That's what happens when you're in a first-year regime. You want to make sure everything is A1 as far as the calls go, so there's no letdowns when it comes to game time. And I can see exactly how that can fall by the wayside during the practice week. I can see exactly how that can, because there's only so much time you get on the field with them. After a few hours, they got to get off the field.
So what I was saying still stands, even if we're flipping it here and saying that Muhammad's not going to be the slot receiver. It just means he might be the boundary receiver, right?
Slot corner.
Slot corner. Sorry, my bad. It might mean that he's out on the wing. And if that's the case, we're back questioning whether Terrell Smith gets on the field or not. Same thing potentially with Tariq Stevenson.
It's all kinds of different packages that we're going to see this year. Dennis Allen played that you didn't see last year. You know, when it came to the nickel spot, he only played a few guys in that role. I think you'll see a lot of different guys they'll taste test him a little bit during the preseason and see what happens. I think you'll see bigger packages out there when you got guys like Terrell, you got guys like Tyreek, and Malik Muhammad as well. You can supplement those guys to see what it looks like. But you can't fool a fooler, man. It's just like I've seen too much cornerback play. And I think if Malik Muhammad lands as one of your supplementary slot corners, I think you're pushing it. You're pushing it hard. You're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Okay.
That's just what I think about the thing. But Terrell Smith, again, coming off major injury, that's another guy we're going to have to wait and see how well he's coming back from that. Let's see how confident he is. And that's going to be priority number one for him. Get your confidence back.
I'll put it to you like this. If that secondary can stay healthy, they're going to have some ball hawks out there. And one thing that we saw last year when it came down to our defense that we got killed on was those damn crossing routes.
Yep.
We had a lot of guys. C.J. Garner-Johnson, as much as I like him, that dude is a fucking safety. Ain't nowhere in hell he should be covering fucking Watson fast ass in the damn slot position. They saw that shit. Jordan Love started licking his damn chops at the damn line of scrimmage. He's like, oh, shit, we got one. And hit his ass up quick, fast, and in a hurry. I mean, you look at the whole season when he was playing that slot position, we saw him getting killed on those crossing routes because he's not fast enough to cover that.
unalive. But that's just YouTube stuff. But you're right. I think CJ Gardner-Johnson proved himself.
Being slow.
No, that he's a safety. He's
He's
not a slot corner.
He definitely proved that shit.
He's not a slot corner no more. He's a safety. That's what happens when you age out of a position, man. When you playing, you the best athlete on the field when you're playing cornerback. I'm just telling you that right now. You are the best athlete on the field. And playing slot corner is unique because you got so much field to cover, and the receiver can do so many damn different things. It's not like playing the boundary. It's a whole different world, man. It's not as simple as 1, 2, 3. Anything can happen. Anything can happen from that. You got pretty much an entire field to play. When you playing boundary corner, it's only so many things you can do with a matter of seconds. The quarterback can throw the ball. When you playing in a slot, that guy can jitterbug and hit you up right in the dead center of the field. You know what I mean? And if you playing kind of a cover, like some of the plays that you're talking about when CJ got burned and cooked, it was like Dennis Allen, just like, man, I know what CJ, I know what he was, and let me see if that still is the case. In these situations, when I put him in these situations before, he's always answered the bell. And that couple plays like that proved to me that he's a safety now.
Yeah.
Well, I expected him to put some body on him.
Hey, Kez,
man.
Kez, hold on 1 second. I got to pop real quick. Keep talking.
Yeah, I thought he'd put some body on him, on Christian Watson and them guys. You know what I mean? Just hit that guy at the line of scrimmage. Never did it. Couldn't keep up with him, and next thing you know, touchdown.
The scary part about this injury for Terrell Smith, it's his left knee, and he suffered the same injury as Ozzie Trapillo. A torn patellar tendon.
Ooh.
So he did this in August of 2025. So if you think a year to rehab and just get to somewhat healthy, and then to, do football activities in a contract year under this kind of pressure. I mean, so what kind of motivation does Terrell Smith have to get back on the field? Well, I want to keep playing football. So is he going to try to come back early? And we know that re-injuries are even worse than the original injury. So to get him healthy and to have him compete, he ain't going to be back in time for camp. It doesn't look like, just in the recoup time of the injury he had. So missing camp, you're already behind the 8 ball as a player. So coming back from an injury during the season, that's the same boat. Terrell Smith, Noah Sewell, Deo, Shamar, and TJ Edwards. Ozzie, whenever he comes back, it's just how much can you rely on guys that haven't been healthy?
Yeah.
You know what? I was just thinking about something as I ran in there to do something real quick. Hey, man, I've seen some cats age out over the years at corner, man. A few of them, man. Several of them. Charles Woodson being one of them. I mean, probably one of the more recent cats in my mind. But that's not the worst thing in the world, number one. But it's one route that usually tells me every single time they get cooked on it. Every time, man. When he's out of position. It's that damn sluggo. That damn slant and go, bro. That damn sluggo, boy. If you can't carry that receiver in a sluggo, man, it's time for you to move position, bro. It's over with.
I mean, Charles Woodson, you said Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson, all he did was, you talking about one of the greatest cornerbacks to ever play the game. That remind me of another one of the greatest cornerbacks to play the game with the same last name, and Rob Woodson. Rob Woodson was a beast at that cornerback position, and then went over there to safety and became a beast at safety. Charles Woodson won Defensive Player of the Year playing the safety position.
Yep. And that's probably the hardest conversation for a coach to have when you love a player that he's a dog like Charles Woodson, like a Rob Woodson, is to have that hard-ass conversation when you're looking at that tape. And you got to look at him right in his face. And it's over, right? It's over. From now on, your rep's going to safety. You got to tell him because he's such a alpha. They are alpha athletes, man. CJ Gardner-Johnson is an alpha athlete. And what he's been doing his entire life, you got to sit there in his face and tell him, you this is no longer you no more. You got to be. It's a hard ass conversation you got to have with him. And you know, I hate to be in the room for that, but it needs to be said.
Well, the sad part about it, Nomad, is that I remember seeing CJ Gardner-Johnson during the preseason, and guess what? He was getting his ass cooked in at the same damn spot. He was getting his ass, and I'm talking about not with the Bears. I'm just talking about like I think I last seen him like in maybe Detroit or somewhere else where he was playing that slot position and he was getting his ass cooked. Hence why when it came time for the Bears to make a phone call, his ass was available because he was getting his ass cooked.
That might have been it, probably less to do with whether he's getting burned or not, like that happens, but more to do with, hey, you're a safety now conversation, right? You're a safety now. Maybe, you know, we know that CJ is a little bit of an attitudinal guy, which at first I absolutely despised and later on came to love, you know what I'm saying? Like as long as you're having an attitude and you're playing for my team, it's fine. Be an attitude. But if they're telling him, all right, yeah, you're not a corner, you're a safety, and he's saying, nah, F that, I can see why you might wind up in free agency in the middle of the season, even after a couple of different teams signed you up.
Look at this. We got Crazy ACT.
Crazy Ace. My man, Crazy
Ace. From Korea up in this B.
Yeah, my man. That's my man, Crazy Ace, man. He's serving. He's over there serving in South Korea, man. Shout out to Crazy Ace.
Right on.
Shout out to you. Love, peace, and blessings to you, man. And a big shield around you, man. Crazy Ace, man. Be blessed, bro.
Right on.
But yeah, man, I went in my freshman year in college. I've seen quite a bit of that. You know, guys having to have that hard. I mean, some of that shit happened live on the field. Like, hey, dude, you know you're a D tackle. You ain't no damn edge rusher. Kick your ass inside, get inside, and take some of these reps in there. And, you know, coming from high school, you know, you was a star in high school playing edge rusher, and you ain't shit in college, man, because the level went up and you can't handle it. You know, I've seen that happen, but you're talking about from a pro athlete, you're talking about a pro athlete that's been excelling at a position for a long time. And then all of a sudden you got to tell him this ain't you no more. You something else now. That's got to be a tough conversation, bro.
I can see CJ saying, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been a corner my whole life. I ain't trying to play no safety. I don't like playing safety. Safeties don't make as much. Yeah. Cold blooded.
Yeah, but hey, what the hell you want over there?
That's it. That's probably like you never know. But that would explain a little bit of maybe where his head was at with the Ravens and Raiders or whatever, wherever he wound up there.
Well, we do have one more, and we also talked about this a few days ago, but since you're here, we need to talk about this because I think this should be discussed. I'll just shut up and not lead the conversation and let y'all have y'all thoughts about Shamar, given that he's coming off a significant injury as well. But y'all go ahead.
Well, I'll kick this one off just to set a little foundation. You know, Mr. Sunshine as I am.
Yes.
When Shamar was drafted, he was injured kind of in college. Then he gets injured here. And so it's like, it's not, I wouldn't say fair to say he's an injury risk, but, you know, what have we seen? And the coaches are well, Dennis Allen specifically saying that they're still kind of unsure where to play him. He looked good inside. He kind of looked good outside. We need to coach better, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, Buddy got to stay on the field. And granted, that was just his rookie season, but it's not a good start when you go out for the season as a rookie.
Fair. I just don't know where, like, what the priority is at defensive tackle. Is he the priority? He's motivated. Dio the priority. Like in my opinion, he should be the priority. I also would say that Javon Dexter should be the priority. Right? These are two guys that you put draft capital into and brought onto this team as opposed to mercenaries you went out and paid for. What it do, Bersky Film? What it do, bro? But that's my thoughts there, right? I think Shamar Turner should get the benefit of the doubt and should hopefully get some access to snaps. Now, I love how Nomad has him there listed as DE Shamar Turner, right?
Well, can I get my take real quick before you go there, kids? Let me get my take.
Right. Yeah, man, you go.
One of the things I said a few days ago, was first thing they got to do is get that weight off of him. That's not Shamar Turner. And in my opinion, and I know when you draft a player and you project him to be this or that, and this is what you need for the team this year, you wanted to see Shamar Turner kick in. You thought he can probably, really get down because he's such a dynamic athlete from 3 technique, and you put a little weight on him. Shamar Turner, it was overweight, and I think that probably stressed his joints out. And you put all that weight, and then you got the pressure of 2 600-pound men against that. You know what I mean? When he has to face a double team, that's 2 people equal 600 some odd pounds, maybe even more, but that's a lot of pressure. These are some big, heavy guys, and you got to play a guy playing kind of out of his comfort zone, man, with a whole bunch more weight on him than he probably should have. He's probably looking at about 310 right here. And that's not Shamar Turner, athletic Shamar Turner that I saw at Texas A&M. And to me, they're right when they say, he's probably a better at edge rusher. That's why I put defensive in there. Because I think that's what they need to get back to, bro.
And that's why I brought the comment back up, right? Just specifically at that edge rusher position. That makes a bit more sense for Shamar, gives him a real opportunity to be that rotational pass rusher alongside Austin Booker, Montez Sweat, et cetera, et cetera. Like it makes much more sense to me kicking him out. But somebody, I don't know who it is. What happened last week, foul, is you kind of get bungled up, right, with Shamar and Dale. Because they can both play inside and out. And somebody's got to play out. So who's the better commodity on the outside? Who's the better commodity on the inside? When Nomad brought up just a comment with respect to his injury, I had to stop and go, damn, maybe that's also what happened to Dale Odangbo. Right? Maybe the additional size for Dale contributed to his issues, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know how they sort this all out. This to me is a very interesting little conundrum that they're in, and we'll have to see, what they decide to do with these 2 players. Because in my opinion, again, you put a very hefty investment financially into Dale Odangbo, but this is a young man that you're trying to train up and give an opportunity to. In my opinion, you want to get him on the field.
Hey, so I'll tell you guys a funny story, man. I told you guys before, y'all heard me say this before, but I used to hang around with the linemen all the time when I was in college, man. I got in fights with them early when I got there, jumped on 1 or 2 of them, and we all became friends out there. I think that happens in every freshman class. Everybody's from everywhere across the country, even across the world. Samoans, Bahamians, all kind of people coming to this one area, and y'all be testing each other in that first semester when you first get around each other. Everybody want to represent their city and where they from and all that kind of shit, and fights gonna happen. I got in fights with a few guys, man, my freshman year, but towards the end of my first semester into the second semester my freshman year, I got so cool with these cats. They became like my brothers, man. People you would never imagine would be your brother. Anyway, to say all that to say this, man. So I'm hanging around the offensive lineman, hanging around the defensive lineman. This day, I'm at one of the offensive linemen's crib. Now we got tight ends up in there. We got offensive linemen in my little ass. And I'm up in here, I'm messing with him, man. And I'm just like, man, you motherfuckers ain't that tough. Y'all ain't that strong. I can get through y'all. So we out in the grass. And I'm telling you guys right now, you have no idea how strong a 300-pound, 300-pound in shape offensive linemen are and trying to break through that barricade. If they want to put pressure on you and move you out of the way. Like, it was nothing I could do. Absolutely nothing. I'm about 180, 185 at the time. And these cats just would just ease. Push me all the way out the grass into the street with 1 or 2 pushes. And you should have seen where we was at. I'm saying all that to tell you this. You expect results out of Shamar Turner at D tackle. When he's facing that opposition, which I saw on tape, when he's facing double teams, there's absolutely nothing he could do to hold his ground. Nothing. He could not. And all I'm saying is this. You're looking at probably about 310-pound Shamar Turner versus what I probably saw at his best at Texas A&M. That guy's probably 275, 280. Athletic than an MF. And that's where he needs to be. And hopefully they can get him back from this injury, you know, as good as well as they can, but get his confidence back. But they got to get some of that weight off of him and let him be the athletic guy that he is, or we won't never see what we drafted.
Yeah, it's the body is funny like that. You know, when you got an extra 20 to 50 pounds, you know, the joints and the ligaments are like, what you doing, homie? And then you take that weight off and it's like you feel like a spring chicken. And being able to go, you know, 15, 20 pounds different, that's, you know, a tough stress on the body. But unlike JCN and chat here, 94, Austin Booker is saying if he could put on 15 pounds, he would be an absolute superstar. Well, guess what? This offseason, he's put on 15, 20 pounds of muscle. So his physical development is getting to that grown man strength. But if you look at him, he's not a defensive tackle. He's a defensive end. And if you look at Shamar Turner, he's kind of a defensive tackle, but he's not. He's a defensive end. And not all bodies can carry that extra weight. They get hurt. They go down. So being able to carry that weight and still have the same physicality is a gift. It's a blessing. Not everybody can do it. And so when coaches try to get players to like, well, just put on a few more pounds and do this, or take off a few pounds and do that, it messes with their system. And if they can't adapt, now they are in a worse position than just playing that original position at that original weight.
Hey, Trips, let me ask you a simple question. Just give me a one-word answer and I will explain. Just looking at Shamar, you know, let's just say, what do you think this guy walk around? He's just his walking around weight is.
How tall is he?
Shamar is about 6'3".
6'3", looking at that, at least 260, 240. I don't know.
I'd probably be somewhere in the 245, 255 range. So you was close. I think that's probably would be his walk around weight. Now imagine come after camp during the season, he's still carrying this kind of weight. You know how hard it is to keep weight on you when you're playing football? Athletic guys with high metabolism, you know how hard it is to maintain weight? You got to go above and beyond to keep the weight on you, man. Trust me when I tell you. You got to eat, and you got to eat the right stuff to maintain a certain muscle structure, man. You have to keep a certain kind of weight or you're going to lose weight because you're always out in the field. You're always running around. They weigh you before and after every practice. So you just imagine how much work it took for him to be like this during the season. After all that camp shit. He worked overtime eating.
Yeah, that's a lot of carbs.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I like him. I would love to see him at the edge position because it's so funny how we talk about how he had to put on weight. And then going back to Dexter actually took off weight
Mm-hmm.
and got more muscular because they wanted him to be quicker off the ball, but he's still not quick off the snap. And I think that's sort of by him taking that weight off of him, I think it hurt him against the run.
You know what?
That,
See,
Mhm.
like Javon, it don't like he's not gonna be one of them guys that needs to worry about maintaining weight. He's a big bone, dense muscle guy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but they had him like last year. They literally told him that they wanted him the off season previous to this season that they wanted him to shed a lot of weight and put on muscle because they wanted him to be quicker. They thought if they can trim some of that fat, he'd be faster off the ball. But in doing that, you also took away what a guy naturally is. Like he's a naturally big guy. So now you took that away. Now he's worse against the run.
Yep.
Because he doesn't have that big mass there to take on those double teams. You know, it's more solid muscle now. And the thing about, like you were saying, like people were saying earlier with Shamar Turner, you know, this guy is all about genetics. He's probably not built to carry 295 to 300 pounds. He's probably built to carry about 270, 265. Hell, maybe even 275. He's probably built to carry that. It's all about sometimes about your genetic code.
Because those
And
10
I
pounds
know,
can make a hell of a difference.
man, a hell of a difference.
You know, I really think, see, Trips and Kez, I think they needed to do that in order to supplement the D tackle room for the most part. I think that's what it was all about. It was just like, all right, we need some help inside. We need it was a push from to begin with, but I think it was a push that was a mistake, in my opinion. You know, just me from the outside looking in. I'm not there in the training room and at practice. I don't see what they see in practice every day. From an outside looking in, this is just my perspective. This is just not his natural makeup. You know, not now. No, he's a really athletic guy that needs to be at a really athletic weight. And you have to accept that. Now that we have some guys that help supplement that interior role, you don't have to put that kind of pressure on this young man.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what he can do at the end position. If he comes off an injury, all right, and if he's able to trim that weight, because what he went out with, was it a ACL?
I think so. ACL,
Turner?
yeah,
Yeah, ACL.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, have his ass keep that fucking weight off because that damn ACL, you putting all that goddamn weight on that damn ACL and on them joints, man, them ligaments. Nah, take that shit off. Let him go to the edge position. Let him sit up there and do work out there like he came into college doing, not putting on some extra weight to become a DT, because we all know in college too, hey, coaches, they don't give a shit. They there to make sure that their job is secure. So that means, hell, they gonna tell you, yeah, we want you to come in and be a DN. Oh no, you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna move you to defensive tackle. We need your ass to put on this weight.
Hey, you know what? I've been saving this take for this part of the conversation, and I'm gonna give y'all a projection. I think this is where the Bears are. Given Shamar Turner's health, given Shamar Turner's, you know, whatever they think of him as an edge, I think they go into camp and they find out exactly what he can bring to the table. And they might like what they see, and you might not see a move being made late in the camp, you know, like for an edge rusher or something like that. But if they don't think he's where he needs to be as far as his health goes or anything of that nature, you will see a move in camp or after camp, them going and finding a guy that can come in here and help us, man. It's going to be, they'll make a signing, but it's going to be largely determined off, because I think he's going to be high in the rotation if he's healthy. He's going to be right there behind Booker and Dio on either side of the ball, whether he's supplementing Montez or supplementing Book or whoever's out there. If this guy doesn't show what they need, what they're looking for in camp, when the pads go on now, at that part of camp. We like 4 months away from actual football. But when that happens, and if he is not really showing, he's where they need him to be, they will make a move for an edge rusher. I promise you that. Because they're going to need it.
Yeah. I mean, they came out and said so, I think, in the press conference. I think maybe Dennis Allen or maybe Ben Johnson came out and stated that right now they're good where they're at when it comes down to their defensive line. If something shifts, which we all know that is the reason why they're going to sit up there and say this, because, they don't want to make a move yet. They want to sit back and go through these off-season training activities that they're going through and see what they got. And if they don't like what they see, you may get the phone call to a Joey Bosa. You may get the phone call to a Cam Jordan, a Von Miller, and guys of that ilk. Because you look at it, those guys are still out there. No team has called and hit them up yet because everybody's under the same umbrella that they're waiting to see what it looks like in these off-season or the off-season training activities that they got going on and mini camps. They want to see what they got with the players that they currently have.
Hey, see, if you think any one of them two MFers are interested in getting to another NFL training camp, you crazy. They don't want that call until
they don't want that call, man. They do not feel like being out there in that hot sun, going through all those what sometimes I don't even know if they have them anymore. 2 days.
No, they don't even have 2 days no more.
Man, God, football's gotten so soft.
Soft.
Let me see. No, hey, Joseph Archer, Super No Maniac Joseph Archer says, no matter how did Jordan Vandenberg, Jaden Lovin doing rookie minicamp. I ain't qualified to even tell you, man, because I didn't watch a whole bunch of it. When they out of pads, I don't really pay that much attention to it, man. Especially the big guys, the offensive line and defensive line is really nothing. There's really nothing to judge there. Now you can judge some on-air stuff with the DBs and the receivers. I will take a look at that and be a little more thorough on that come Wednesday night on Extra Sauce. But the defensive tackles is just like, I don't know why people judge them, when they ain't in pads. The defensive tackles and the offensive linemen, that ain't cool. What you watching? They ain't really doing nothing to each other.
Ain't nothing they can do.
Right. You
got me with a swim move. Oh, okay, my bad. I got to put my weight on you, anything like that. Okay,
that's not really football. That's not really. It's more football for the skill set. The guys with the skill sets, the receivers, the linebackers, the DBs, safeties, and all those kind of guys. Your running backs. It's more to see there than the trenches, man. The trenches is that ain't where it's at. Not when they ain't got pads on. When you got to put the pads on them cats.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to hopefully that this team stays healthy. I mean, you got to remember, we did have a couple games last year, at least one that I know of for sure, where we were down our top 4 cornerbacks and our top 4 linebackers going into the season. We played a whole game without our top 4 cornerbacks and our top 4 linebackers.
Bro, I think we won that game, bro. I think, didn't we win the game? Like it was.
We lost it.
Was that Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That was Baltimore.
That was Baltimore.
You know what? I just got through watching that game, man.
What do you mean? We watched it together.
I know. But I watched
it again. I would never watch that fucking game. I'd never watch that game again if you asked me real tough. I would not watch that game again.
They signed me up that game, man. I was on the sideline watching the game.
When Dennis Allen was up at the podium talking about stuff, people they were asking him questions. They was asking him about stuff that happened last year with the pass rush, and the pass rush plan was great against the Ravens. I watched that game. This is probably my 3rd or 4th time watching it, and that little that little quarterback snuck and slid out of the pass rush right up the middle like 2 or 3 times on critical plays. Mm-hmm. And that is like a backbreaker to any defense that's already they had it all right. This guy got away from a tackle or two. One of them was Grady Jarrett. I remember one in particular. Got away from Grady.
Is that the Baltimore game you're talking about?
The Baltimore game. Yep.
Yeah, that's Snoop Hutton.
Snoop Hunt, man. Damn it. Yeah. He's slippery, bro.
He ain't all that slippery. We were just slipping.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like
Snoop is very slippery.
You know what though? Here's what I will say, and that's the one. This is like the one thing, like just one of those things that I'm a little bit worried about going into next season is mobile quarterbacks like him and Malik and potentially like Jordan's mobile enough. Lil Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like we did not do well in that game. We did have some troubles with injury in that game, but I mean, I'm just a little bit worried about these mobile quarterbacks and how we're going to handle them moving forward. That's like the one area that I'm a little bit trepidatious about.
You talk to the Saints fans and all the Saints fans that piled into our after hours comment section, not during the show, but after hours. You know, when they come in, we signed Dennis Allen. They always complaining about the same thing. What you just got through saying, Kez, is
don't say that now.
It's a great defense, but he can't handle the mobile quarterback.
Don't say that now. I didn't want to hear that.
You know, it's a science to that as well. It's understandable when you play a lot of heavy man-to-man coverage.
Well, not only that. Oh, go ahead. No, man.
No, it's all you see. Go.
No, not only that, but one reason why they're going to say that is because when you look at the Dennis Allen prototype defensive end, all these guys are like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 275, 285 pounds. Hell no, they ain't going to be able to sit up there and contain a fast mobile quarterback because those big guys are lumberjacks. They're there to hold the end and get to the quarterback, not chase his ass all around like a dog chasing a rabbit. You know, that's where you got the quick defensive ends at. The thing that we're lucky about is that we have one of the, I would say he's a freak athlete in defensive end is Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat at one point in time ran the fastest 40 time for a defensive end ever. And if you look at
he don't look like that when he's on the field, though, does it?
No. When you look at him, actually, quarterbacks do have a hard time trying to get the edge on him. Mm-hmm. Now the thing is, if you got that shifty quarterback that fake like you gonna go to the edge and cut back in, well, shit, you got 6'6", 280 some damn pounds trying to stop on a damn dime and twerk his body to go back the other way to get him. But yeah, if you trying to beat that big son bitch to the end, it's gonna be a race. He more likely gonna get you. Ask Dak, big ass. Dak tried it, didn't work.
Think about it this way. Think about I'm just trying to help y'all picture what it would look like. Let's say you're in Dennis Allen's in a man coverage. Think about it pre-snap at the line of scrimmage, how tight everything looks. You got receivers out there flanked out to the right and left. You got tight ends in there if there's tight ends. And the defense is pretty tightly compressed, right? But the minute that ball snaps, all you got to do is pause the frame a couple times and see how that defense just fans out as these receivers start to get into their routes. Everything is kind of moving away from the line of scrimmage, right? Think about that when you got a very athletic quarterback back there. And you might have put a spy on him. You might have kept a linebacker back to spy on him. Guess what? Ain't a linebacker in the world can spy Lamar Jackson. Not one. Not a one. Not successfully. He can keep him in front of him for the most part, but there's nothing you can do to the athletic quarterback. He completely screws up the constructs of any great defense. I don't care how good the defense is. That defense can be on point from front to back, and that quarterback can F you up anyway because he's just that good of an athlete, which is why everybody wants one. Yeah, and so I don't care how good the defense is, how good the construct is, how good the system is, the scheme, how well you got it matched up. That quarterback can F it up in a blip.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we got one of them.
This is kind of true, you know?
Yeah,
Listen.
look what he did last season. How many times did we sit up there and watch him as he performed magic back there in the backfield when guys on him and he doing a spin move or a juke move and made a dude fall and hurdle over him and then run off and get a first down or keep the play alive and try to throw a fastball into somebody?
It's funny because he does it, and it looks like he doesn't want to do it. You know what I mean? It looks like I don't want to run. I want to find a pass somewhere. I want to hit somebody.
He's literally came out and said he does not like to run. That was I think his rookie year. He came out and said that. He said that I don't like to run. I can do it, but I don't like to run. That's why a lot of times we see him with his completion percentage down because he literally has the lane to run, but he'll start running diagonal to try to wait for a man to get open and then throw the ball and it end up being an incomplete or close to an interception or something or drop by Butterfinger wrong.
They also don't play like backyard ball well with him yet. So this is one of them things that I know Ben Johnson came out here and sort of said they got to work on. And it's funny because the one guy who was ready to play backyard ball last year, it's a shame that he was hurt for just about half the season. And that's Colson Loveland. As soon as 18 kind of figured out, oh snap, I got somebody who's out there playing with me, he started utilizing that tight end and games started to change, man. So I think we're going to see a lot of that in 2026.
You know what else I think we're going to see a lot of? The linebackers are going to have to get faster and faster and faster.
That's why they got Devin Bush, baby.
Yep. There's no way to combat the ability of a extremely athletic quarterback that can
Yeah, you got it.
That can restructure everything. That when the play breaks down, dog, you got to have linebackers that can track a quarterback. Break down, start, because you got jitterbugs as quarterbacks that can close his space while he's breaking down. I mean, I'm telling you, the linebackers really need to get paid more because their job is extraordinary when some of these quarterbacks get on the field, man. It's almost impossible to deal with. But these guys are going to have to get – they're not the same – this is not the same Chicago Bears linebacker core as the 4-6 defense. Mike Singletary wouldn't have been able to really play any much more than Sam linebacker in this. He wouldn't have been able to play middle linebacker in this NFL. No. He's just not fast enough. And I hate to say that in front of Bears fans. It's the truth.
Oh, it's a different game.
Yeah.
It's also a different scheme, and there's so many differences in comparison. The one thing that Mike had was just a supreme intelligence. I love this comment by Big Lewis. Is it possible to have too many weapons?
Yes, I believe so.
You believe so?
Well, no, it's possible to have too many if you have some that are concerned about how many receptions they're getting.
They're all like that, bro.
Well, then, yeah, they got to get over that shit because they'll get the ball when they get the damn ball and you do something with it. Don't give a damn about your personal stats.
Okay.
You know what, Trip?
Hold on. Put Triple R on the field with a contract year on the line and tell him that shit.
Well, no, but Trip's saying something very interesting, dog. And what he's saying is, on the flip side of this, you're right, Nomad. Everybody counting their own numbers and looking at them. You're right. But if you're also counting rings, that's a whole other story, right? Like if you're counting Pro Bowls, that's probably a different story too, right? There's different ways of shaking this thing out. And the best part of that having too many weapons conversation is that we've got a military genius. You know what I mean? Like we got a guy who actually knows how to utilize weapons. So on the normal pretenses, I would agree with, you can, like, what are you going to do with them all?
I got the best.
I think this guy will actually do shit with all these weapons. Like I actually do.
Hey kids and Trips, I got the best question in the world. I don't know if anybody's ever asked. How much you think you're going to get for a ring at the pawn shop when you got to pay your motherfucking bills?
Shit, ask Lawrence Taylor. Didn't he pawn?
Oh, I was going to say O.J. Simpson would know.
You got to pay your motherfucking bills. What you going to get for that ring versus
Well, you don't get pennies on a dollar, whatever it is.
that's goddamn right. Now you know what I'm saying. What is that ring worth when you got other stuff to take care of? I'm not.
Well, that's not my problem.
Okay, see you talking from a regular fan's perspective. You want
Exactly, because that's what I am. Guess what? The agents, that's their problem for those particular players. And if those players want to make so much money that they get priced out, deuces. But the thing with having too many weapons is eventually, like Red Baron is saying, you got to pay them all. So they're going to want their money, and I'm not denying anybody their contracts, but Luther Burton, Colston Loveland, you know, all these guys are going to want their money and they're going to earn their money. Right. But we can't pay everybody. So you flip some and trade, you keep some. So having too many weapons is not a thing.
Let's imagine Slim Trim, Triple R in the receiver room in the Chicago Bears Hallis Hall on his contract year. And we sitting in the meeting room before the season and Trip asks the coach, hey, man, what do you project my touches will be per game? And the coach tells him, do we need to be honest with you or do we need to BS you? And they tell you you're going to see about three touches a game.
You got an asshole coach. I just want to say that out
loud.
Yeah,
you're going to see 3 touches a game in your contract year, Mr. Deuces, and get out of here. We ain't worrying about numbers. It's real to them.
Then I'm going to call my agent and be like, handle your business. You want your percentage? You know what I'm saying? That's the in-house, you know, I saw ballers. I know what happens. You know what I'm saying? I know how it works.
You didn't need ballers for this one. We saw what happened to man, and shout out to Allen Robinson for doing some Ben Johnson interviews as of late. But we saw what happened to Allen Robinson. He ain't the only guy that this type of thing has happened to. But it's like, oh snap, it's contract year, is it? And he just disappears in the depth chart. Like he's on the field, but not a single target is going in.
It might be some guys that you have to, let's just say, on the free agent market, that you might have to turn your nose up to because the information you get back on him is like, hey, he wants, he needs reps, he needs,
he needs 200 touches a game.
I mean, you gotta some guys you just gotta know ahead of time. You can't you really can't foster that.
Then when does it come down to the guys that are like team, players, and it's like if I get 2 catches a game and we win a Super Bowl, that was a good 2 catches a game. Or if I in a contract year, if I miss out on a couple $1 million, that's gonna hurt. But if you got a Super Bowl ring behind it, even though you're pawning at pennies on a dollar, that's one thing. But the ultimate goal should be the Super Bowl.
Well, right? You said that shit so passive aggressively, like I'm just gonna miss out on a couple $1 million. You hear what that man just said, man? All right, that's a couple $1 million. Cool. No.
Well, you make it up in commercials. That's the opportunity that they have. It's not like, well, I'm only signing for 15 mil when I could have got 18 mil. I'm fucked. It's like, no, go do a goddamn commercial for $3 million.
Well, I get what you're saying with that.
You ain't wrong though.
Go ahead, see. Go ahead. Let's see. Go.
Mm-hmm. The only reason why I say I agree with you saying with that, as far as making it up in endorsements, is because right now we have a player in Major League Baseball and Shohei Ohtani, who gets $10 million a year, but he makes $100 million in endorsements. So he makes $110 million a fucking year. So I get that. The reason why I say there is a such thing as having too many weapons or having too much talent is because there's a chance that when you have that, your talent doesn't get to fully blossom. Because we all know in sports, a lot of this goes with rhythm. How you get lathered up. And if you don't get lathered up, you can sit up there, you can be bad as hell, but man, you ain't getting into a groove.
You find that in football, foul? In basketball, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, that's real in football.
Yeah, I've never really seen it in football, so I'm
shit. You can do that at running back.
Well, 20 touches versus 30 touches.
At wide receiver, you can sit up there, you can get that done. At tight end, you can sit up there. That can happen. At corner, at any position, if you're sitting up there, if you got so much talent where it's like, man, I got to see this guy get in. I got to see him. You know, a guy could be having a damn good game, but shit, I got to take his ass out because I got to get this guy in the damn game. I got to see what he can do. He's sitting on the bench with all this damn talent. Hell, why you think the damn Portland Trailblazers had Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Jermaine O'Neal? Who else did they have over there that was good as hell? Somebody else that I'm missing that they had that was another big man that they had were good. They had 4 guys. Jermaine O'Neal didn't become Jermaine O'Neal till he took his ass to Indiana.
Mhm.
Ben Wallace didn't become Ben Wallace until he went to Detroit.
To Detroit.
That's his thing, is having too much talent and
That is-
too many
I'm
weapons.
just saying, it in basketball, it happens all. It's obvious. It happens all the time.
Here's what he's trying to say is it's hard to, you can't acknowledge the hot hand when you have that many miles of feed. Like
Yeah.
you gotta just say, you gotta cut your nose off to spite your face. And you know this guy's got a hot
that
hand.
guy
right
gets
now.
hurt though. Now what?
I mean, that's a different dynamic.
That's a
But when a
different
guy has
dynamic.
a hot hand, you want to keep that going. You want to ignore anybody that feels like they didn't get all the touches they're supposed to get in the game because this guy's having a hot hand. If he's hot, you keep feeding that. That's kind of what he's trying to say here.
I give
Yeah,
you one
I get that,
example.
but
I give you one
Mhm.
example.
yeah, I get it.
Football.
Go ahead. Who?
The Bears this year, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was unfortunate that it happened. Roma Dunze went out, right?
Mhm.
Guess who we saw? Who stepped up?
Luther Burke.
Not only Luther, but who was the other person that really started?
Jade?
We started to see,
Oh,
Jade?
Jade Walker.
Colston Loveland.
Okay,
Oh,
fair enough.
Tight end,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I think a wide receiver, yeah.
Colston Loveland started getting the minute he went out. Colston Loveland, he's like, oh shit, damn, we actually got a fucking play in this. Remember, at one particular point in time in the season, the dude Warren over there in Indianapolis had double the catches and attempts than both of the all Chicago tight ends combined. And then when you sit up there and the season ended, I think Colston was only behind him by a couple of yards as far as receiving yards, and maybe was still like 20 catches behind. And the only reason why that happened was because a guy like Roma Dunze ended up getting hurt because Caleb was force feeding wrong.
Well, and also taking into consideration that Colston was hurt at the beginning of the season as well, right? So that's another little
He
factor.
was hurt. He was
Mhm.
hurt. He was hurt in training camp and all that. He was
Yeah.
available the first game of the season. Both of the tight ends were available. It was just that they weren't getting no targets because Rome was eating up all the targets. I mean, you think about Rome missed 5 games and he still led the Bears in targets.
It's crazy. And somehow his dad didn't think he was getting enough shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's because DJ was getting all the handoffs. So.
It's a great problem to have, man. I'd rather be on a team that I gotta fluctuate where I think the ball should go this week against this defense. That's another thing to key in on is depending on who they're playing and what kind of looks they might expect from this team. That hot hand can vary week to week, and that's the beautiful thing about being in a Ben Johnson offense. He's not afraid to alter where the aim should be at. At the end of the day, it's up to Caleb to stay true to what it is. Now, at the end of the day, but I am telling you, that's the beautiful thing about Ben Johnson's offense. You might see a run-heavy DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai could have the game of all games together. And the next week, Caleb can throw for 400, 500 damn yards because that's what the defense is presenting.
Yeah, it depends on the game plan and who you're playing.
Yeah.
You know, and as you look at it, very rarely that the Bears just go straight up 5 wide receivers. You know, they always went 5 wide with tight ends mixed in there. So you're looking at it's like, well, we already got Cole Kmet and then we got Loveland. What the hell we need Sam Roush for? How many tight ends do we need? It was like Ben Johnson wants the damn tight ends. Give the man the damn tight ends. They're all big, they're all athletic, they all can take reps from each other or complement each other. I would rather have too many weapons than not enough.
Hey, Trips, you know where that works for you is when you got a team that wants to play you close. You got a team like, say, a Baltimore that's going to play up close, in your face, physical defense from beginning to end until you force them not to, until you make them back up. And how you can do that is you hit them in the run game, and you also use tight ends against them because they're going to be supplementing, helping the offensive line, trying to keep that up close and personal defense off the quarterback. And then that opens up some of those little slip out, block them up and then slip into the flat kind of throws the tight ends are going to get. That helps you in that you got many teams that are going to play you like that. Many teams are going to play you close. And then you got teams that are going to back up off you a little bit and respect your throwing ability and passing game. Then you might not need them as much. And so that's where that helps you, man, because defense is, a defensive coordinator can look at you as an offense in a couple different ways. And if they look at you like, hey, we're just going to get in your face and, really disrupt your timing and play you close like that, that's when them tight ends come and bust your ass. They're going to hurt you.
Well, just look at them. How many linebackers are going to be able to cover Colston Loveland all over the field one-on-one? How many safeties? How many cornerbacks because of his size and his speed and athleticism? Sam Roush is a bigger dude, but he's still athletic as all hell. A safety is going to have a hard time trying to hang with him. And a linebacker is going to have to be really fast and physical to hang with him. And then you look at the different sizes of the receivers, Rome and Jade, the 6'2" plus guys, Luther right around 6 feet, JP Richardson, Xavier, Khalif, Scotty Miller, like 5'9", 5'10". So Ryan Poles got his range of wide receiver sizes. Ben Johnson got his inside guys, got his outside guys, got his big guys, and they're all fast guys. So when people say, how many weapons do we need as a Bears franchise? We don't even know what the fuck that means. Because as mentioned earlier, we've been a defensive team, linebackers, all that stuff, run the ball, all that. Putting up points, we know nothing about that. So if we're going to have that faith in Ben Johnson in this offense, if Ben Johnson says he needs more weapons, give Ben Johnson more weapons.
I'm going to give you one last thing before we get ready to round this thing off. It is Mother's Day, and we do need to, kind of taper this a little bit. Unless y'all want to keep going, it's up to y'all. I'm going to facilitate whatever y'all want to do. But one of the things that should be pointed out to remember, and we only seen a little bit here and there, but I'm telling you right now, we don't carry a fullback on this roster in name, but we will have one of those tight ends will play a fullback role on a more continuous basis in this new offense, man.
Oh, Sam Roush.
Think it's Sam Roush?
Oh, definitely. Because Cole Kmet, he has flexed into the backfield as a fullback before, but he looks more natural online and getting out into the route. Just looking at the college, Sam Roush film, he's an inline guy. He's a blocker guy, but he can also get out. But he strikes me more as the hang back, block him kind of guy, whereas Cole Kmet is not the athletic Loveland guy, but he's like the second tier, and then Roush is the third tier, like the inline guy I would envision.
I struggle with the idea that fullbacks don't really get jobs that much on this. One of the positions that's dying out in the league, but I love the way Ben Johnson supplements the role. I love it. And I think he's going to do a whole lot more of that now we have Roush on the team. It was the right answer, Trip, because when Roush gets on the field, he's going to do a whole bunch of that, motioning into the backfield and opening up a lane for one of those running backs to get loose. And so, not having a fullback in name on the team, on the roster, doesn't mean you don't have fullback play on the offense, man. I think we're gonna have plenty of that in Sam Roush.
Yeah, if you look at his film, you can see how Ben Johnson is going to use him in that capacity. Like he looks a lot like a Kyle Juszczyk at the end of the day. So let's see how Ben uses him. And this is again going back to the draft. When I look at all these players and I'm like, fuck, I don't know. What I do know is how this guy's going to utilize each and every one of these players, and I could see it clear as day. You know what I mean? I can see it clear as day. I don't know how you don't get all these people on the field at the same time, but that's another story. At least you got depth in all these positions in case of injury, etc. But man, thank goodness we got this coaching staff, man.
Wait, question, kids. Nomad, foul mouth C. There in the comments here, somebody mentioned the UDFA tight end, Papa Large. Big shot from Iowa.
He's gonna make the team.
And so that's my question. We got Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, Sam Roush, Stephen Carlson, Nikola Kalinick, Quadir Ishmael, and then Papa Large. So we're thinking like 4 tight ends, right?
We're gonna keep 4, and Large will be the 4th one.
Yeah, so Kmet, Loveland, Roush, and Large.
Yep.
That would be, the 4 tight ends.
Somebody better learn how to play special teams.
And they better figure out a way to keep Large on a roster, because I think he is really solid, man.
So you like him better than Carlson, Kalinick, and Quadir Ismail?
Easily.
Okay.
He's a blue collar, bring your lunch to work.
Hat lunch bell.
Yeah.
Taj Gibson.
He's making that bologna sandwich 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. His wife.
I just like saying big shot of the East Coast.
His wife is making him coffee, giving him a kiss before she leaves the door with her morning breath stinking ass. And he's that kind of dude, man. He's just gonna do his job, and you can't have enough cats like that. You just can't.
Well, did you hear Ben Johnson saying how he talked to him to be a UDFA for the Bears? So basically, he recruited him and was like, "I got a vision for you, Hayden. Come on to the Bears and let's make it happen." And this is after drafting Roush.
They got a steal in this guy, more of a steal than y'all. Man, I'm telling you, this guy is this guy is tough, man. Them Iowa tight ends, man, they'll chew your front bump off your car. Shit. Man, they don't care. They just I don't know, something about them.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iowa, Nomad, kids, file in the chat. Ideally, it would be better if center from Iowa won out, Logan Jones, to start.
You think you want him to start?
I don't know.
I understand that.
I don't know why people are pressing that.
I understand that Bradbury's the veteran and he's here for a 1-year deal. I get all that. But it's not like Logan Jones is 20 years old. He's 25-year-old rookie who started for 4 years. And theoretically, it would just be more cohesive if he could just come out physically, mentally, understand his role and take that role and let him and Caleb develop that relationship from camp, as opposed to weaning him in, like they have done previously with other players, a quarter for this guy and then, swap him out like they did with guards. Center, I would just prefer that Jones be like, "Hey, Bradbury, hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for filling in, holding my spot for me. This is mine now." So that gives you Bradbury as just a backup all year, or, a trade piece for another team that needs a center. And then you bring in another one of the offensive linemen to be your backup center, or Crunk or whatever that guy's name is, the UDFA. But I would just think that it would be better cohesively as a team if he won the center job outright in camp.
Trips, you are certainly jumping the gun here.
You are what?
You are certainly jumping the gun. It's like they wouldn't have never signed Bradbury if they thought that
they traded for Bradbury.
As good as Logan Jones is, as good as his tape was, you got to understand, man. It's a difference between a rookie center and a center that's been through it and knows NFL offense and knows the learning curve.
Mhm.
Now, after this year, I think it's Logan Jones' job. But this year, I think don't expect that, man. That's the best thing I can tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Fal. Go.
No, I was just gonna say, going back to the too much talent. It was crazy too when we come to think about it. Remember, Cal Monangai went off against Cincinnati, had
Yep.
176 yards, and
Mhm.
we were all thinking like, "Damn, they gave the rookie shot, 176 yards." Coming in next week, hey man, they gotta feed him. He the hot hand, you know what I'm saying? Give him the ball. Man, they gave that kid the ball 7 times the next
7.
game. And then after that, 12. And then another 12. And then he went off crazy again against Philadelphia. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes having too much talent can be a bad thing. Now, going back to the Bradbury, Bradbury's gonna more than likely start. You gotta have somebody. Like, we don't know how good Bradbury can be. It's not his fault. The rest of the damn offensive line for the New England Patriots was fucking trash. Shit. I mean, I'm glad aren't you happy that we didn't select
I told him. See, I told him that. I told him that.
Care about my wife and kid, Vrabel.
Hey. See, I told him that. People were just like, hey, the offensive line in New England was bad. He did this. Logan Jones did that. I'm like, dude, do you realize that offensive line was terrible? And not Logan Jones, but Bradbury was like the bright spot.
The man had committed no penalties for the whole season. None. Allowed 0 sacks the whole season. I mean, shit, just doing that and being a starting center for 17 games and you didn't commit no penalties and allow no sacks.
Yeah. That might have had a little bit to do with the fact that all the sacks are coming directly through and over and around Will Campbell.
Well, that ain't his fault.
It ain't his fault, though. You're right. So my take on this is this: like, I don't really give a shit who starts, but
I do.
I don't, but I will say that neither one of them has an advantage with respect to Ben Johnson's offense and or scheme. So I think both of these guys going into camp have the same learning curve, with the slight exception of what Nomad brought into conversation a bit earlier on is, Bradbury's been playing in the NFL and at the very least understands what he has in front of him. This is net new shit for Logan Jones, but again, very, very smart kid from what we can put together. He may be able to pick up this offense and playing football in the NFL quicker than we expect. It's really hard to say. I'm pulling for the young buck, to be honest with you.
I mean, isn't it kind of a telling thing that flipped Bradbury's incentives into just a bonus? So instead of having to, make however many games or starts or whatever,
so you're saying
here's $1 million. You mentor Logan Jones. Don't worry about having to play and making this extra money. We got you. It seems as though they hooked him up to be in a position to where he's not worried about his playing time.
Bro, I am telling y'all are in y'all fantasy bag right now. Let me tell you something. You ain't really thinking about what happens on the opposition sidelines when they see a rookie. You ain't really thinking about that. You know what they over there talking to each other about? They got a fucking rookie in here.
We gonna get his ass.
But wait a second now. This rookie is flanked by a fucking Pro Bowler, and the other guy ain't bad either. You know what I'm saying?
They got their responsibilities, and they might not be able to help him.
Well, we're gonna find out. See.
Y'all think just because he's surrounded by veteran guys, that's to help a player or two here and there. But overall, when you got to go match up against Trevondre Sweat, big ass, and somebody that wants to run a game, somebody that sees a rookie and they want to run a game off of that, he's still a rookie. He's still a rookie center, man. Don't forget that. And don't get so carried away in your thoughts that if he does, I think it'd be a miracle if he ends up being the starting center. I think
that'd be pressing if they do that, because it's just like this. Fresh out of college, right? Oh man, this kid is smart as hell. But guess what, kid? Do you have the experience? You can't get the job unless you have the experience. Well, how the hell am I gonna get the experience?
Ain't that always the question? That's always the question.
Yeah, second round center, your ass starting.
Nah, not necessarily. Not in that position. Because the thing is this: you got to call the protections.
Rookie centers start every year.
They had a need. We don't have a need.
What do you mean we don't?
Somebody got to call the protection, and then not only that, Linderbaum shit. What Lamar's been in the league? How many years has Lamar been in the league already? We got a quarterback going into his third year.
And so when is he old enough now to have some kind of maturity? Or are we still babying him along?
You're still going to baby him along until he gets there. I mean, because this is a whole new system this is only his second year in the system. It may be his third year in the NFL, but his second year in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say just hold tight, y'all. Just hold tight.
It's going to happen.
His time going to be, he's going to have his time, but as fast as some of the fan base is expecting it to happen because he was drafted in the second round, man,
that's starting material right there.
Nah, man. Yeah, I'm just telling you, hold your
Or
horse.
we keep the 31-year-old. That's cool.
A 31-year-old.
Man, it means that your starting time is coming. It just may not be right then and there. It may not be. He may end up starting sometime this season. I don't think it will be in the beginning.
He'll definitely start this season. It's just a matter of when. That much I'll say as well. I don't know if
Bradbury comes out and has a Pro Bowl season, he ain't starting shit. He gonna be sitting his ass on that bench.
Bradbury could also get a little, little hurt up. It tends to happen on that offensive line. It's just
that it does.
The trenches is where them injuries generally happen. So I would be very surprised he doesn't get the opportunity to start or at least see a game or two this season as we go. But you might be right. Maybe Bradbury blows the doors off and he's just a man.
On the surface,
we've wasted a second round pick.
On the surface, I would agree. I would agree with what Trips is saying. You would love to see that relationship start now.
Yeah.
And start the process now. But truth be told, football happens for football reasons. And there's a football reason why they signed Bradbury, knowing that they wanted to sign a young center. And when you just cut all that bullshit out the way about who was drafted where, you know exactly why they drafted Bradbury. So to trade him. Okay. That's real smart.
I mean, I don't
know.
Bradbury, not how old is Bradbury? Bradbury's 31, right?
Yeah.
31. Okay. So he's kind of long in the tooth, even though we see offensive linemen play well into their late 30s. But even at 31, that's sort of long in the tooth. You got a young guy. Well, he's not really young, consider coming out. I mean, he's 24 already. But you got a young guy coming out who's going to learn from this 31-year-old that I see someone says that he's average at best. And that may be true. But guess what he didn't do? He didn't commit no penalties. He didn't give up no sacks. Our center last year gave us a hell. I seen games where I got them center last year, got his ass ran over. And the dude got straight to the damn quarterback. So we don't know if he's average at best. We know what he was on that damn New England line. But now you got Hall of Fame on your left side. You got a very good potential Pro Bowler who once was a Pro Bowler on your right side. You got an All-Pro over there at right tackle, and hell, flip a coin. What the hell you got over there at left tackle? Gotta be with you.
TBD.
Yeah,
I think, fellas. I think at the end of the day, we all have very strong takes on this, very strong opinions on it. But I think the wise coach is just going to let go when they put the pads on. He's going to let that dictate exactly what to do, and I'm going to put my money on the vet.
Do you think it's open comp in camp?
Yeah, I think it'll say open, but I don't think it's so much open.
I think that left tackle will be open comp.
What was that?
I think the left tackle position would be open comp. I don't think that center is going to be open comp.
It's too much of a communication role. Once that is solidified, once you get some symmetry there, and you got to remember he's playing alongside, they have to, if that's going well, you don't want to F with that. Just like a kicker or a punter. Once that's going well, you just leave that alone and let everything be everything. That's what it is. And I don't expect, like, if something happened where Logan Jones ended up being the center, something happened to Bradbury, I'd be okay with it because I know the tape of Logan Jones and I'm comfortable with him. I'm just telling you guys right now, they don't sign Bradbury and not have the expectation to start him.
Well, no, they traded for Bradbury because Dahlman retired. And so they had to have some kind of plan at center. This was before the draft.
Trips, you kind of forcing it, man, because you thinking of it in the wrong
way. They reacted to Dahlman retirement by saying, hey, we need a center. So they traded the 5th to Buffalo for the center. So it's like, cool, we got a center. We're good. And then it's like they looked in the draft and it's like, all right, what are we going to do for our long-term center plans? And it's like, second round, Logan Jones, there he is. And it's like, all right, we traded for Bradbury, a month or however long before the draft. Now you got the veteran. Now you got the rookie to learn from the veteran. I'm just saying it would be better team-wise if the rookie be like, hey, veteran, thanks for coming, but this is my job now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think he has the skill to beat him out.
Like, yeah, I hear you, bro. Guess what? I got experience. Sit your ass back down here and watch me fucking play. Let me show you how to do this shit, young buck.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, man. That's what it really is.
That's all they telling me. Like, hey, young buck, it's your time coming. Matter of fact, your time very well may be later on this year or at the beginning of next year when my ass is gone. Well, as of right now, your ass gonna learn, and it's okay. It's okay. Keep that bench nice and warm for me.
That's good.
Hey, matter of fact, you're gonna get some time because we're gonna sit up here. We're gonna mop the floor with people. We're gonna put up some points where we're gonna blow some guys out. We're gonna get your ass in there.
That's good for him. That's good for him.
Well, you see what I mean, but that's the thing. The better the competition, the better the opportunities, the better the talent levels. We are better in all of those aspects, because it wasn't too long ago we was talking about, damn, Brad Mustipher, he's still starting at center. What we gonna do?
Sam Mustipher.
Him too, whatever the fuck that must be. But now we done got to a point where it's like we got a dude that was a starting center for a Super Bowl team with all the accolades that Fowl spoke of. And now we got a second round center who's been starting at Iowa for 4 years. And that's practically a professional offensive lineman school.
But it ain't
tight ends to boot. So, the position that we're in general is just so much that better than we have been in the last few seasons.
Hey, all I can say is everybody be patient, man, with this process because it is definitely a process. There's a reason why they do certain things. And if you look at certain things in sequence, I can clearly see where they're going here. They know that Bradbury is not a long-term solution. That just to be clear about that, he is not a long-term solution. In fact, if they keep him beyond this year, it would amaze me. That would mean to me, if they kept him beyond this year, that Logan Jones ain't showing them exactly what they're looking for. And for whatever reason, if they re-sign him for an extended, more than 2 year contract or something like that, that would tell me, like, some of the things that they do, you can just take the tea leaves off the tree and exactly what's going on, and you don't have to be at practice all the time to know it. They'll show you by way of their actions. And right now, the action that precipitated Bradbury being here was, the center retired. And yeah, that's true, but also true at the same time, since they drafted a center in the second round, it could also be true that they're looking into the future. So two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, fellas, I'm going to have to go and get out of here because I know my wife, she's probably ready to.
Don't worry. See, we about to wrap it up right now because it's time for everybody to get up out of here. it's Mother's Day, bro. We need to get out of here. And thank you for bringing that up so we can close this thing with some final thoughts. What do you guys? Any last thoughts you guys got? Let's start with from the top with kids.
Well, I don't know how deep we got into the Zay thing. Did we get in this? Did we get in this?
I don't think we talked about it at all.
No,
don't get deep into it because we got to go. Because she got to go.
Well, I'm just saying it was the headline of conversation that I thought we were going to have today. So maybe we should give a little bit of consideration.
We can do that.
I'm just going to say it's just an unfortunate situation. A little bit of a waste of draft. Of a selection. What do you do in a situation like this? I like what Ryan Poles said about the situation overall, which is just it was a bit of a failure of, they just failed to vet this situation out. Whatever was going on with him was going on a little bit before the draft. They probably should have known what was going on before they made the selection and decided to invest in this young man, and they didn't. So, he had to take one on the chin in this situation. ATF saying Zay gonna ball out. I don't know where Zay did. Somebody else pick him up already? Because he ain't balling out for the Chicago Bears. It's really where we're at right now. I know that much I can say. We did touch on this a little bit last week, and once more, he is exemplary of what Dennis Allen likes to see in the secondary from a measurements perspective, what he can potentially do. Unfortunately, we never saw it. Looks like they didn't see enough of it in camp, or not camp, but in the building over the course of the last year. He was at meetings. He did participate in some workouts and things along those lines, but nothing on the field. Once again, sent him into the drafts this season, really looking and focused at that secondary one more time, knowing Al Harris is a wizard, knowing Dennis Allen has so much of a focus on that secondary. Not a good situation for Zay Jones, man. Zah Frazier, sorry. All that being said, just want to sort of give the kid a shout out. Big ups to you. Do what you need to do to get back and get seen. And hopefully your future is brighter after all this, but unfortunately it's not with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, he's a 5th round pick, so it wasn't like a 1st, 2nd rounder. So whatever. Sure. Sadly, we don't know what the situation is. We just kind of assume it's a mental health thing or outside the field thing because he was doing physical shit at Hallis Hall. They gave him a year. It's like whatever you're dealing with, all right, deal with it. You're still in Hallis Hall, you're still participating, woo. But the day before, the rookie camp, it was like, yeah, you can't go, well, you got to go. We're not running a
daycare center,
a self-help center, in Hallis Hall. If you can't get on the field, after this much time, good luck with that someplace else. And we got to keep it moving. And, hope the kid, works out whatever it is he needs to work out. And, do I hope that he balls out someplace? No, because we drafted him. He should be balling here if he's going to ball out. If he can't play, he can't play.
I hope he balls wherever he goes, if he goes anywhere.
Hey, I don't want to see him all of a sudden. Oh, I'm healthy now, mentally or physically, whatever the situation is. Now I'm gonna be all pro player over here. No, fuck that.
Let's be
we drafted your ass. You faked out on us. Fuck that. You retired.
Let's be human, man. Come on now.
That is.
Damn, man. See, what's your last thoughts, man, before we get out of here?
I was looking forward to seeing Zah Frazier play this year.
McFack knows what he heard the same. Sorry, C, but he heard the same rumor. I'm not gonna, but he heard the same rumor.
Yeah, I sent you a message, though, Kez, on X.
Oh, did you?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I must have missed that. I'm pulling it up right now. Go ahead, pal. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing Zah Frazier play because he reminded me of someone else from that school that went in the first or second round, and Tariq Woolen that was over there at Seattle. They both went to the same school, very similar as far as build. I think Zah Frazier was faster. Well, he might have been slightly slower. I don't know. Both of them ran good 40 times and were long, at least 6'3". I was looking very forward to watching him play this year. You could tell that this, whatever occurred where he got cut, was not because of what he could do on the football field. There seems like that was either something personal that was happening, because I mean, I don't care what he was doing in the off season. You didn't even get a chance to go out there and put on your cleats and show them what you got, you know. So obviously this had to be something personal. As Trip said, I heard it was something about maybe someone, possibly a female girlfriend or somebody dying or something like that. He had some type of emotional breakdown over that. And we know mental health is a real issue. Mental health awareness is something that a lot of people need to actually pay attention to, because it is very real. And that might be the cause of the young man, because nobody's picked him up. And trust me, in these NFL circles, they talk. These coaches talk. These scouts talk. These what they call it, the agents. All these guys, they talk. These NFL circles talk, and he hasn't been picked up yet. So I'm just wishing the young man, I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Good luck.
And God bless him. And best to him.
Hey, man, I'm going to echo that sentiment right there, because, you know, I'm a person that's on the outside looking in. I don't know what's going on with Zah Frazier, and I don't even want to speculate. I want to say this to him in particular. You know, even though it didn't work out for Chicago, given your circumstances, and I'm just, if you ever was to watch this podcast and you want to hear some encouragement, I'm giving it to you right now. Keep grinding. Just keep grinding, and your dreams will come true. You're a hell of an athlete. Can't nobody take none of that away from you. You might be in a hell of a situation right now that your pro career could be on the line, but you just keep sticking your nose right in there where it belongs, and keep doing what you need to do for yourself and whoever you love, man. But do it more importantly for yourself, man. And get back to where you need to be. It didn't work out for the Chicago Bears, and I can accept that. You know, they had to do what they had to do, but as an athlete, man, you just maintain yourself and you keep working, and you're gonna get where you need to be at. It didn't happen exactly the way it was supposed to be, the way you expected it right away, but you just keep working, man. It's gonna happen, man. That's just the way life works. The universe works in mysterious ways, man. You just keep on working, and you'll get to where you need to be, man. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you for being a Bear as long as you was, even though you didn't give we expected a lot from you, but that's okay too, man. You know, things happen. You're a young man, and there's a lot of things in front of you, man. So take it as a bump in the road and keep on grinding, man. So I wanted to say that before I say these last words. Thank you guys for being here also. And you guys, thank you so much, Slimbo Boogie, for the super chats, and everybody else that gave a super chat. And we really needed it right now, man. Y'all have no idea. So keep that coming, man.
Big ups, Go Blue, man. Big up,
Go Blue. Yes.
Go Blue. Yes, sir.
Yes. And I just want to leave you guys with these famous words. Keep up the energy. And I want to leave you with this: love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.